Hello and welcome to Tales from the Dark Side, your Star Wars news and weekly comic recap presented by Renovision. I'm not sure where to begin. So much Star Wars this week, even without a new comic release. So we're discussing Obi Wan Kenobi, episodes 1 and 2, duh. We'll review what we heard and what we know went on during Star Wars Celebration, all the news, collectible releases, and a few leaks. Whoops. And there was a trailer drop. Willow? Yeah, we won't be discussing that. But I feel like there was another one. Crap. What was it? I can't. Well, somebody will remember what it was. So let's get it going, fellas.
All right, how's it going? We had to start on time. Pete tried to make us behind, but we wouldn't accept it. We even started without JJ. We haven't completely downloaded everything. Obviously, it's been a crazy day. There will be a rant. I hate all you people in London, but we'll talk about that later. Jedi, can you go around the horn and act like JJ's here?
All right, okay. Well, what do you call bears with no teeth? You call them gummy bears. His favorite candy. He only likes the heads, though. He puts their decapitated bodies back in the all-you-can-eat Golden Corral buffet dessert bar. It's Macho Man Marco.
Damn you!
He has a reputation as being the most honest guy on YouTube. Whoever said that didn't see him controlling the tier list on Wednesday's tax show. There's a lot of shady candy placements going on that day. It's the visionary, Pete Renovision.
I was honest about what I was doing.
Yeah, you're honestly cheating.
All the excitement this week was too much for the mild-mannered, lever-pulling personality that we've come to love from this guy. So that personality is taking a nap now. Awake is the gambler. He's back to take our credits. Kenobi Poker starts tonight. And it's the guy dealing the cards, JJ Maxwell. He'll be joining us. If you wind up on this guy's shit list, get comfortable and plan on being there a while. This week he unboxed a package from Target. They're on the list, by the way. Within that package were collectibles with packaging that was darn near mint. He still called them a bunch of sumbitches. It's Domtober. He never forgets, apparently. And to impress the ladies after the academy, he named his hunk of junk starship 39 parsecs. Why? Well, what lady wouldn't be impressed if a Jedi flew 39 parsecs just to see them? So smooth, even Lando would be proud. That's me, Jedi Johnson, 22. Let's go.
I have a feeling that you're overdoing your intro compared to everybody else's. So we might have to start editing some. All right, I'm going to get to the chat. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I haven't gotten to you guys or talked to you while I was setting stuff up. But as I said, we've got a lot of stuff. There was a lot of hard work being put in. We try not to spoil stuff. Shoot, I forgot even we're supposed to, if somebody sees McClay, tell them we'll send them an invite. I guess I forgot to do that. We're just been behind. Obviously, Celebration just ended a couple hours ago. They're going to London, if you didn't hear.
I'll send it to them.
That sucks. But at least they're going to do it within a year. So that's pretty good. We dropped some stuff on IG. We're not going to be able to show you. They are pulling down a lot of people who are leaking out the Ahsoka Tana stuff that's just shown at Celebration and the stuff for Mandalorian Season 3 and the Tales of Jedi. However, we have done some storytelling, so we will show you something. It just won't be that. Maybe later on we'll release some of the stuff onto IG, so if they pull down their IG accounts.
All the stuff that they showed, the Mando, I didn't even see.
Oh.
The Mando.
Well, don't worry. You'll be happy. And for those that didn't hear it, Dom might have a little rumor report that pretty much, I don't know how we'll take it, so we'll talk to him about that real quickly about another one of his favorite shows. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times, trying to figure out what the actual interpretation is. I should have cut it, but maybe we can cut it later. So Tommy, he is not in England. He's actually in Ireland. So Scotland, might be Scotland. Sorry,
Ireland, I believe.
Ireland. Okay, so if he's in Ireland, he still doesn't really get that much because it's in London. Sunday, Obi Wan Kenobi spoilers, of course. Oh, we will be covering Obi Wan. Yeah, for sure. We've got both 1 and 2, and I got a little insight. I kind of went a little bit easy. If you watched MCM last night, we were kind of holding back just a little bit, but there's some things we need to talk about. There's definitely some things we need to talk about Obi-Wan. I'm more excited about the Tonight Show than ever. Watch every second celebration. Love Star Wars. Can't wait for Marco to say how much he hated Obi-Wan. All right. That's funny, Ronnie. Ronnie, I'm glad, man. Thank you for the group message. Sorry I hadn't got back to you. We have been cutting, and I mean, you guys don't. I mean, maybe you do care, but it takes a lot sometimes to get some of this stuff on, and we're trying our best. Hey, let's be honest. I was out on the boat like all weekend long. I mean, look, I even got a little bit more Sunday.
Now, it just got a crazy how Star Wars Celebration fell in between Memorial Day weekend, so it kind of like really was a lot going on. So
I was definitely like streaming stuff out on the boat while I was.
You still sound kind of far away.
Oh shoot!
That's just me.
No. I didn't change it over. Thank you very much for that. So I'll change it over.
He's going to get louder.
Right. How are we close now? Are we sounding louder? Give it to the hate. Don't worry, I never give it to the hate.
Well, now you sound a little far away. Bring your mic closer.
Right here in front of my face.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me now?
I hear you, but now it seems light.
Oh my God, for crying out loud. Darth Lopez, what's going on? Sorry, I haven't been able to get to you. Like I said, holiday weekend. What's he up to? I got it by today because I watched last night. But, bitch. A Dom and Dar show. Oh, geez, oh, Pete's. All right. Steve Horn, good to see you. So much to cover tonight. Steve Horn may have played the best joke I've ever seen. So you might have seen a comment me and Ash are going back and forth about, like, or maybe you heard me say it the other night on a show, like, oh, I hope you didn't buy a bunch of cookbooks. Steve Horn, however, had sent me a text like, bro, I know you're on the boat. He doesn't say bro. Steve Horn doesn't say bro at all. But, bro, I know you're on the boat. But, dude, you can't believe it. These, like, 18 characters, I should have known because he put CB8 in there, are blowing up. Dude, what's going on? And I was like, there's no way that is what The Last Jedi is about. Like, what kind of nonsense is this? He's like, no, all the speculators, they're flipping all over. He got me, dude. I mean, I got to give it to you. When you tell me, I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever heard before. But it was pretty good, dude. So, big shout out to Buy Bargain Comics and Steve Horn over there. Ed, what'd you notice? Most of the time, Dom gets cut off. Yeah, he got cut off in the other show because there was something you specifically said, do not say that till our show. And within 2 minutes, Dom goes, hey, by the way. And that was our listen, fucking, that was going to be a big part of our show.
You can almost wait. The benefit of the doubt, please listen. Yeah. I thought, trying to come up, after reading all your stuff saying, do this, do that, I was like,
Yeah. I know. I clipped your wings. Dom.
You can almost put money on if you tell Dom not to do something.
Oh, he's going to do it.
He's going to do it.
He'll do it.
He's like the cat that's pushing he's like the cat that's pushing the mug off the counter. You know?
No, he's like a little. He is. He's like my son. With all due respect, but he's like I'll be like, hey, yo, whatever you do not tell so and so that we're going to go do this, or do not tell so and so that this just happened or whatever. And the first thing he says, hey, you know what we just did? It's like, yo, man, you cannot tell the police officer you just rode with no seatbelt on. They'll take you away, dude. I don't understand, Dom. They're gonna take you away.
Hey, listen, take me away. No, but you know what? After I said it last night, I was like, whoops.
Yeah, no, we're all good.
I try
it. Good, right? Yeah, no, Dom. I get it. Let's get through it. We'll talk about it later. Well, actually, we'll maybe even just open up into it to talk about it because it's kind of cool.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. We got a chat too. Where's that? Did I pass that? Darth Lopez, $1.99. Dom and Darth rumor show. Let's make it happen. Okay, dude, that just becomes toxic. So I don't know if we're gonna do that. Ed, thanks for saying hi to the algorithm. Ryan the Gray. Hey, what's going on? Looks like Obi changed his name to his name, so that's kind of cool. Eric, good to see you. Don't forget that me and Eric are working this entire week on doing the second edition of Back Issues. I know it's supposed to be bi-weekly. I think it might be once a month now. That's just because of how the schedule goes. BK. Oh, I'm here for Kyle's official police report on the con encounter this week. I think that's on Tuesday. He actually didn't go that con, did he?
I don't think he did. No. Well, he didn't go Saturday. I don't know if there was a Sunday.
I'll tell you this, though. You should tune in. because we've been in the Tax Show chat. Corbin has been keeping us posted about speed dating, and I gave him some advice. So we got to see if he takes it. We will show you what I told him in the chat to do, and we will see if he followed through.
Don't forget, I'm probably not going to be on Wednesday, so you guys got to figure something out.
Oh, we'll talk about him speed dating. I mean, that's the figuring out stuff. Hey, Dwayne Scott, good to see you. Black Ops, what do we got? Leaked trailer of Mando season 3. Yes, it wasn't leaked trailer. They actually at Celebration, there's certain rooms, panel rooms that you get into. It kind of sucks because what they had done at past ones too was like by Sunday they play it in the shop, and they're not doing that anymore. Or if they are, they're still pulling it down. I don't know, man. It wasn't leaked trailers. It was first looks. So they showed you either way. They showed you a bunch of stuff. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, we'll talk about that stuff, but we're not going to show it to you.
I feel I'm late. Chef, what's going on? You are not late. The rant's kind of started, but it hasn't even started yet. Joe, what's going on? James, good to see you. Does he know speed dating isn't a race to get to the quickest? No, I do not know. And I feel sorry for kids nowadays. Got some Star Wars Celebration stuff. I'm excited. Good to see you, Zaggy. We're excited that you're here. Okay. JJ's running a little bit late, so we could either start with Dom and what he heard, or we could start with news. I suggest we start with Dom, and then we can say from our point of view. Or you know what? We could just go overview already of Celebration. You know, it was 4 days. I think we were right on a lot of stuff. There's a couple things they kind of gave us in the specialty that was a little bit off. They didn't give us too much, but they gave us enough, and it's great. And besides trying to push shitty-ass watches, every watch company's there trying to push a Star Wars watch, apparently.
I know.
I thought it was pretty damn good, didn't you guys?
You know, the main thing is that we got dates for a lot of the shows, which was really good.
Did we though? Because a lot of it said fall of 22, coming in 23.
You know, Visions dropped they said the season 2 in the spring. So
the Vision stuff. Yeah.
He just had a, you okay? You okay, Jedi?
Yeah, no.
I just had a little chill go up my spine. I'm all right.
Yeah, so they said the spring, so that means it's probably next month, if you really think about it.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, we talked about that, but that was something we talked about too, that they need to start picking up their pace, right? Because of what they're doing. This is something else they talked about that was very surprising, because I know that people in our chat love this topic, but Halcyon Cruise is actually sold out for like 5 or 6 months. They're like, hey, you should book. And they're like, well, just so you know, you can't book for 6 months because we're sold out. I'd also say they're really hard selling that, but they're also increasing. Like if you watch the park thing, the park numbers are ridiculous at Disney right now. Like it is ridiculous. And if you saw what was going on in California, at what is that World? Which one's the what? I can never understand. What is it? Disney Land?
Which one's that? Land and World.
Land. Yeah, so Land, like all the Star Wars people there. But what they're doing, I mean, I like it all, man. I'll tell you this. I thought it was gonna be corny going back to the Star Wars cruise thing, whatever, the old one, the one where you pass the AT-AT and all that crap, and then you get there and the little DJ's not a DJ, now he's directing the ship. You know, the old one, like the first ride. But my kids, like I forgot how short the lines were, but it seems long for the kids, but it was really, well, we had fast pass too, but really short. Like it didn't take that much. And then like how much that ride still holds up, and they're adding on to that now. So that's like really cool. I thought they did a great job with that.
And now with the addition of Boba Fett and Fennec Shan and the
they're doing the experiences throughout. Yeah.
So that's cool. You know, you can rest assured.
So what he's saying, hold on real quickly. So let's explain what's going on. So they, as much as some people want to say, you know, the rumors like Darth Lopez says, like, oh, it's failing in the parks. Never packed. Well, it's so never packed that they're adding on a bounty hunter guild. They are the custom light series. Maybe we got to do a whole different thing on the parks next week. All those new custom lightsabers they came out with are ridiculous and awesome. And actually, for the price point, once again, I know what the chat's going to do. They're going to kill me on this, but for the price point, it's not bad at all. Shannon, I get it, man. It's whatever little dinky park you have there in Pittsburgh. I get it. It's $2. You get in, you get to ride roller coasters. Yeah.
By the way, right as of now, Dom's winning the poll against that or news next. So.
Oh, you're messing with
I ran a poll.
We'll do that. But the parks, I mean, it's amazing. So they're adding in also a Boba Fett and a Fennec Shan experience. They're supposed to be adding in a couple more Galaxy Edges experience. What else were they adding in? They're adding a bunch of stuff. We'll probably cover that next week.
Probably Obi Wan is not far behind because
they said that too. Yeah. They said they're going to do some Obi Wan stuff in there too. So like
cool.
That That's great news. I hope they take over in Disney World. I hope they take over some of that crappy Avatar park. So
you know what's funny? You know, the whole thing with the Star Wars celebration next year in London. Me and my wife were talking about it. My wife told me before this ever happened, she's like this. She goes, "You're not gonna like London." She goes, "The way it is." I'm like, "How do you know?" All of a sudden, boom, they drop it. Star Wars celebration. I said, maybe I just like London a whole lot more now.
Well, there's two things. So there was. I'm going to go with the leak that actually kind of happened where somebody might have misspoken, and then we can go with the one that you're going to talk about here, Dom. One of them was, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody got on stage at one point and said, "And I'll see you in London, and then I'll see you in someplace in Texas." I can't remember where he said, like Houston or whatever. And I was like, did he just fucking say the next two celebrate? Because he said something like, "Oh, I love these celebrations and it's great." Was it fucking McGregor? Did he say it? I think he did. I think he said, "I'm planning on seeing you in London, and then I'll see you in Texas." So I wonder, because it's not a full year. It's less than a full year. JJ, what's good? It's less than a full year.
Hey, do you think that the Dallas Con could be Dallas Con, maybe? That he might be showing up to?
No. Maybe. Oh, yeah, he could be showing up to Dallas Con, maybe.
It could be something different, yeah.
There's a Texas Con in San Antonio, I think, in October, too. No, that's this year.
Yeah, but why would you say I'm going to the next couple, I'll see you at the next couple in London, and then it comes out that he's in London. And Marv, are you questioning was it San Antonio? Or are you saying it was? I thought
no, it's a question mark.
I thought he did say Houston.
Well, you know what? Listen, maybe he might have slipped the tongue a little bit.
Yeah. That's what
Houston has cons too. Just about all the major cities.
I understand, but how it was set, how he was saying it in a sentence structure, it seemed like he was talking about, "I'll see you at the next celebration," because it was like, "This is a great celebration. I really enjoyed myself here. I can't wait for the next one. I'll definitely see you guys in London and in Houston." So who the fuck goes into concert that goes to London and then goes to concert to Houston? You know
exactly.
what I mean?
There's Star Wars fans in Texas too, Marco.
There are a lot of Star Wars fans. Like that. But I'm just saying, it's kind of a crazy trip. London.
I understand, but I'm telling you, Jedi, how con circuits work. You usually do not go from Anaheim to London to Houston on the con circuit.
Didn't a couple of weeks ago you were saying it was a good idea if they moved it out of California and start kind of moving it to other locations, right?
Oh yeah.
In the United States.
In the United States, I did see they're probably
right. Yeah, I'm not talking about London. I mean, that's kind of like
for them,
to me. The London is like NFL doing a game in London, whatever.
Hey.
But,
Jedi, just because I say it's good for them for profitability doesn't mean I fucking like it. I don't want that shit overseas. No offense. Love you all that watch it from overseas.
I was referring more to Houston than London.
I don't care about Houston either. I'll go down there. I got people out there.
Well, it's kind of funny you had that, listen, maybe they'll move it to Hawaii one time. It'd be nice.
That ain't happening.
I'm going to crash over at Jedi. All right.
I wish, but that ain't happening.
It'd be expensive to go to that one.
The other quick slip of the tongue might have been.
We could all tent in Jedi's yard, so there's no problem. Yeah, go.
Yeah. I'll even turn the sprinklers off for you. That's
awesome.
The other quick slip of the tongue down.
The other quick rumor was that the girl from the Star Wars show, she was talking to the guy who played Black K, and they were going back and forth, and she was like, as he got up, "I can't wait to see what you bring next season."
That's not what she said.
She said something next season.
She said, "I can't wait to see more in the next." And he said, "I can't wait till either."
In season 2, but she said something like that, and I had to keep rewinding it. Did she just say that?
I should have cut that.
Did they actually say next season, or they didn't say next season?
No, they said something about
next. More. I can't wait to see more. Like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next in the next season. And they were talking about, I think, Mando. And then she said, "I can't wait to see more about." And she almost said your character, but then she didn't. She was talking about Boba Fett then, and she said more of the character.
Yeah, I mean, are we really going to be surprised if they show up in the Mandalorian?
That's what I'm thinking they're going to see. So I was with Dom, but after the third time, because I like super slow everything down. I put up all the closed captioning. I watch in 6 languages. I was originally on Dom with this. I agreed with him 100%, but then I took the tones and I was like, "Oh, did they just say that Boba Fett is going to show up in fucking Mandalorian?" Which I hope they don't.
He's going to show up in Mandalorian to help Mando. So it goes back and forth.
You said that was going to happen. You said that was going to happen in Book of Fett too.
But it did happen in the Book of Fett. He helped him. He helped Boba Fett. So
you said he was going to go back to Mandalorian and help.
And now he's going to go back to in next season. So Boba Fett's going to be part of the Mandalorian series as well, too. They're going to be going back and forth.
I don't know how Dom feels about this. I would rather see Boba Fett as
that's what I was going to say. So let's talk about what.
I would rather see Boba Fett in and out of other series than to have his own series again.
Which we're going to, because when they were talking about Bad Batch, they do say there's going to be a Fennec Shan, and they kind of hinted maybe that type of stuff. But what the question comes down to is, because it was kind of implied that maybe Book of Fett season 2 will happen. Do we, after I think we can all agree that it was a disaster for season 1, do we want to give them a second shot?
No.
But if they turn around, I wouldn't mind giving them a second shot if they do it right. Look, you got Prince Caesar out there. Maybe the crime.
He had a chance to do it right. It was called the first season.
Yeah, I know.
He had to help Mando. I don't know if Mando needs help. I think Fett might need help. Not Mando so much. Mando seems pretty good. Mando actually helped out the Book of Fett thing. I kind of was from a different point of view. If they go, the one thing Celebration and even that Vanity Fair article from the other day seemed, and you saw a lot of people here. First off, hell yeah, Celebration. Welcome back, and welcome to fandom where it's not toxic and a bunch of assholes with bullshit rumors. Because that shit was amazing. Everybody was happy. Everybody was getting a round of applause. They had a bunch of great panels, bunch of great speakers. Even the people that I think are weirdos, like that Jordan guy that reminds me of, who's the dude that used to work out to the oldies? Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons. That Jordan kid, the toy guy that tried to make a career doing toys and failed at that, and now he's on the Star Wars stuff. That guy, is he Richard Simmons' like little son? Like illegitimate son? Watch Richard.
I'm not getting the connection.
Watch, hey, dude, I'm telling you, watch Sweating to the Oldies, and then pull up that Jordan kid.
Why?
Right?
Why would I do that?
They sound exactly the same. They kind of look the same too, dude. I'm telling you, there's something there. Yeah, is that his name? Hamburger? Yeah.
I'm well aware of what Richard Simmons.
Oh, yeah. If you're gonna watch it, mute it real quickly. Put them side to side. Somebody, Pete, can we edit this? Put it side to side. These two are related.
It's long. We can edit this.
I'm telling you, get a snapshot of them two motherfuckers and put them together. You don't even have to talk. They sound the same. They look related. There's something in their skin texture. I'm telling you, it's Sweating Oldies and Jordan McFluffin or whatever his name is. They're related. Okay. Number 2. So they did a great job. I'm glad. And I'm glad that even all the stuff that they did, I will tell you, I am disappointed that they didn't release the stuff as fast as they did. But they'll have all that stuff out there. All that screenshot stuff will come out next week, I bet. Don't you think, JJ? The stuff that
yeah. You'll see a lot of the
appetite for collectibles
leaks and rumors you'll see come out officially over the next few weeks, I'm sure.
I'm not saying you got to watch Sweating to the Oldies. I'm just saying watch the dude from Sweating to the Oldies. What's his
Tell Milda I said hi. That's Appetite for Collectibles. Milda.
Okay. Milda, hi. Dom says hi. Richard Simmons, even odds in a cage match. Dude, Richard Simmons is a gangster. I'm not messing with that dude. He's any dude that's going to walk up.
Actually, all kidding aside, said I think he was sick. He's been sick. I think he's in his 70s.
I can't bring up anybody. Whenever I bring up somebody, they always die.
Marco's like, dun, dun,
I know, the Reaper.
Yes, for celebrity.
Hey, what happened to Neil Adams? Thanks, Marco.
Yeah. What's up, Chef? Looky, what's up, too, by the way. All right, so that was pretty good. Now, I mean, that's what I just hope that if they go away from the Book of Fett, that they use just different directors. And that was the thing. A lot of people were very positive, and even people admitted to mistakes. Like, it takes a lot for people to admit to mistakes. I do think it was really cool that a lot of people who had never been there before had gone. And even though some of them looked like they were hamping it up, like, there was a lot of them that weren't. A lot of them were like, holy like, this is for real. Even when you got, what's his name, who played Obi Wan, like, he legitimately pulled the coolest move I've ever seen. Where he went on the main ass stage, the thing that goes everywhere, and goes, yo, look, you people all paid for and signed up for things. And because when he says signed up, he doesn't mean like signed up like they signed a sheet of paper. He means like they signed in and they prepaid.
Like VIP.
Yeah, they VIP'd it.
Ahead of time.
Credit card information exchanged.
Yeah. And he's like, listen, I'm going to be here for 20 more minutes, and I'll sign as many as I can in 20 minutes. But, I mean, he didn't have to do that. He could have just been like, peace, deuces. I got paid.
I'm out.
So that was really cool, man.
That was really cool. Much merchandise, so much stuff. Like, look, it's been backed up for 2 years, so they really had to get a lot out, and a lot did happen, which I'm jealous because I wish I was there.
Some of their merch was good though, but like they also had a lot of bullshit there too.
Of course, all conventions have the same generic shit.
But I mean, they used to at least I don't. That was the one point I was disappointed in. I don't think they used to shill as much, right? Like they were like, "Oh, this is the hottest booth I've ever seen before," and you're like, "Why is it really hot?" Oh, they're giving away free shit. Yeah, if you give away free shit, you're gonna have a hot booth because they'll pick free garbage. Like you could put a box of garbage outside and say, "Hey, free." Somebody will pick some shit out of it, right? Like, no, they will. I mean, dude, we used to make bets when I used to be an executive. We used to make. I shouldn't say this. We used to make bets with old, like, used shitty ass office supply and see how long it would take. And we put like crappy ass 3-ring binders out and say free. Dude, the shit people would fucking hoard through it like fast, like you're giving away gold bars. So like,
listen, anything. Free
anything. If you say free, people take that shit, right? So like, don't do that and then say like, oh, we got great watches going on. We got great watches going on here. And the other thing with the limited, well, we did limited, but then we have now another limited bunch coming out today, and we have another limited bunch coming out tomorrow. If it's limited, it's done, right? Like don't keep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on one thing that happened the preview night of.
You think Potter? You think that's awesome?
A Celebration. They dropped the Funko Pop that came out in 2020, and it's Rick, Star Wars Rick. That 2020, and they re-released it, and they had it. The pop is going for $1,000. It dropped to $400 now.
Did it? Oh, because they re-released all the stuff.
They released it, and it was a 2020 pop. But this is what I'm thinking. I think they held a bunch of them because of the con, and they put them out.
I listened to that Star Wars pop guy, and I was like, "Yo, this is shady as shit."
He's
talking about how he's got like 20 tubs sitting in his garage of shit. I was like, "No." He's like, "That's not even the good stuff."
There was people that were posting stuff on IG, and they had like 6 Obi-Wans, 10 Yodas that were like limited to 3,000.
I mean, I know you're into the pops, but I was like, dude, this guy's like pretty much saying that it's all a joke.
I know.
He's like, we end it so that you guys will make it really expensive, and then we wait a couple years and we re-drop the stuff out.
Hold on, I'll be right back. 1 second.
I'm surprised Jedi hasn't hit the button yet.
Yeah,
that's what there. We're like a half hour in. We haven't done a segment yet.
Dom got it. Dom left the show already. Go get into news. Let's go. JJ's here.
Yeah, now we're gonna reorder. So we're just gonna do the new. But now I gotta change the deck because
we already did the Dom thing. We already did Dom's thing. Dom's thing was the Book of Fett, may or may not, or.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be the toy thing.
No, Dom's thing was like that. The Book of Fett for sure is gonna have a season 2, and that he's gonna be in Mandalorian. And he's going to be Mandalore, the Indomitable.
Right. And he's going to
save Mandalore, and he's going to train Baby Yoda, and he's going to train Luke. And what?
Hey, I didn't say you're training Baby Yoda. Come on.
Oh, yeah, Baby Yoda. Sorry. Not Grogu, Baby Yoda. Okay, all right.
I can't find it now. Then. I want to show you the pop. But anyway, make a long story short, it was limited to 3,000 pieces. Mm-hmm. And what happened was there was a whole bunch on the shelf that people went on preview night and got them. And it's a 2020 pop. In the 2022 Star Wars Celebration. So that was a little people like, wait a minute, these numbers, 3,000 pieces. Is it actually 3,000 pieces?
Oh, I've never heard anybody say that before.
You have the same pop with different stickers. Like, how on earth do you think it would?
There was no different stickers.
But like the stickers limited to 3,000, not the pop.
You know, that's the thing. The pop came out in 2020, and because there was no celebration, you had to win it on a contest online to get the voucher to win it.
And yes, I think
and people got it. I paid $150 for mine. The thing shot up to $1,000, over $1,000. Now it just dropped to $400. People are still selling it for $1,000 over there. They bought them. I heard people tell me that they were selling them as soon as they bought them. They're like trying to sell them in the crowd as they bought them. So
that's ridiculous. That sucks. But yeah, the guy also said too, he's like, yeah, we just ripped tops off of one pop and put it on the base of another one. Scam people.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? You just said that? I was like, I don't know, Dom. I'm sorry, but I'd get out of pops quick. All right, news it is. Let's go. Here we go.
Let's do it.
So news this week is going to be pretty much all Star Wars Celebration stuff. I didn't pick out anything that wasn't part of Celebration. So first up, there was a quick announcement that you're going to see more characters come to Galaxy's Edge, including Boba Fett and Fennec Shand, and actually a host of bounty hunters, supposedly. So I don't know. they said they were adding bounty hunters, and they didn't give a specific list. But
Oh, we talked about it. Yeah. They're gonna have a couple different ones, but
that's cool.
Yeah, that's
oh,
cool.
you might see like a Black K. I don't know what they're.
Oh yeah. It's great.
You might see it.
It'd be nice to have a Cad Bane at Galaxy too.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
So I always mispronounce his name. Is it Ian McDiarmid?
Yeah, Ian McDiarmid.
McDermott. Okay. Any which way, he gave a interview at Celebration Live. He didn't really disclose too much stuff. He did say that he probably would not be in Obi-Wan. He said, "Don't get your hopes up."
Lies. They all lie.
So I don't know. Sometimes they do kind of say that, and then they show up.
They show up.
We'll see. But he did also say that he was intrigued by the ability of maybe having a Palpatine like series, which I highly doubt would happen. Also,
that'd be kind of cool. And Lopez would be happy he gets Plagueis.
Yeah.
Did he say he was in Chicago, right? He wasn't just on the screen. I could have sworn I saw him on the stage in Chicago. Was he not?
He was in Chicago. I think he was in Chicago.
Yeah, he said in his interview, I haven't been to one of these in 10 years or 8 years or whatever. I was like, bitch, you were in Chicago, bro. What are you talking about?
I think.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, does it matter if he shows up to Obi-Wan?
No.
Like
hologram, maybe a
really.
hologram.
No, who cares?
I'd be highly surprised though if we didn't get like a. I mean, when he says like "don't get your hopes up," like I don't know if he's like referring to like in person. Like I'd be highly surprised if we don't get like a hologram or like a speech.
Why wouldn't he be there? If he's
well,
not
actually,
here, I'm kind of worried. Actually,
we'll get to it when we do a review. He technically kind of was already in it, although it was a recording.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He kind of already was.
Yeah,
but my point is like he fits the timeline. We know we're getting Vader. They've shown him 20 times. Well, I mean, we saw the flashback, of course, but we assume we're getting Vader.
I mean, we've had the conversation. Like theoretically, it's 6 episodes. It's only 5 weeks. Like you can't fit everyone in there. So, like I said, he may have a cameo, but I'd be surprised if he has more than like a routine cameo.
Oh yeah. That's all I'm saying. No, we're not doing a fucking split off series of him in the middle. Hopefully. Yeah. In the middle of
it's like gonna be Mando.
2-episode arc like Mando.
Yeah. We've been there before, so I can't say for sure, but like
it's the Palp show.
But you know what? Celebration. They didn't apologize for Book of Fett, but they kind of said they didn't say it was a mess. They nicely said that maybe
they could do things differently.
Yeah, thank you. They said maybe if they had more time, they would have done a couple things different.
Which they only say because of the reaction of it. Like, if it was a good reaction, and they would be like, yeah, it was the greatest thing ever. And we planned it out perfectly from the start.
Because they mentioned season 2 a little bit. They got into a little bit and had mentioned like certain things and like, hey, we had to finish it up. We didn't have like now they've got 4 stages. That's what they were talking about it. They weren't talking about it as Book of Fett. They were talking. It wasn't even like it wasn't like the usual people that come out there like Dave and John go like, it was great. You just didn't understand what it was. Was. They were like, listen, with the 4 stages, there's so much more we could do now. We could have got that better. They were saying Obi's coming off great, but there's a couple things we could have done. We'll talk about that later. So,
what do you think? Do you think maybe at the end of Mando, the season of Mando, they might put a little disclaimer? Boba Fett season 2 might come out. They did last time with
probably if they're going to do a season 2, that's probably what they would do.
How did we get to Boba Fett?
I'm about to say moving along.
Yeah, it's because
stay on point here, guys. We got a lot to do.
I would bet though. I would bet that it's like 50-50. I mean, really 50-50. They're going to do a season 2 of Boba Fett. I don't think they're going to. Unfortunately, Dom, I think they're not going to save it.
All roads lead to Boba Fett.
Going to Willow.
Yeah.
Yes,
I wasn't
off topic.
By the way, blame the guys down here. I wasn't allowed to cut this trailer up. I was amazed by this. I was all excited.
Did say that.
And they said, "Don't cut it up; it'll be too long." So I'm going to make this show as long as possible without showing you a will.
It is a very good trailer. I encourage everyone to go watch it. If you had all enjoyed the first movie, or you're a kid like me, then
I never saw the first movie.
I'm still going to miss Mad Mardigan though.
Why do you hate Jedi?
I don't know if I hate it. I honestly can't remember ever watching it.
Well, go check it out. It's on Disney.
Yeah. I mean,
okay, we'll do a
This came out what in '88? I think I had other things on my mind in '88, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, you're old.
It's good watch. It still holds up pretty well, really. I mean, it's practical hints and effects, so it's not like it's gonna be like perfect.
Yeah. No, it's good.
The story and everything holds up well.
You know what? Next 2 Ferns. By the way, if you guys haven't checked it out, the 2 Ferns episode had dropped this last weekend, so make sure you check out.
Thanks for the plug.
2 forces of what? Anyways, so but maybe one episode of In Between Two Ferns, you could switch roles, and you could have Ruben ask you questions about Willow after you watch Willow and how come Willow is such a great classic and timeless movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Amen. Okay, next up.
Yeah, we'll see how desperate we get for topics. Maybe we'll entertain that.
Okay.
So we kind of went over
we
this.
need you guys for topics, so we should give away. That's right. We got to give away a book for that.
We kind of went over this last week because Skeleton Crew is Grammar Rodeo. So Grammar Rodeo, we got its title. We got a star, Jude Law, which I didn't expect to get a casting announcement on it. So that's kind of nice.
I'll tell you, Chef. I got you, bro.
There wasn't much detail on it. They showed like one concept image, but we do know it's going to be, basically about kids, probably around like preteen age, and they'll be on some sort of adventure, and it takes place in the Mandalorian, Ahsoka post Empire era. So.
Yeah. Once again,
does the title have anything to do with the subject matter? Skeleton Crew.
Once again, I think it's probably going to be just like we were kind of saying, like something like the Graph / the Lego stuff, like the Freemakers, where they're doing these little side adventures. They're probably a little skeleton crew going from planet to planet that and seeing characters during the time period of Mandalorian. Well, we didn't know a time period. I'll give you that. We didn't know a time period, but yeah, I mean, is that not what this is still what we're expecting, right? We're not expecting.
It sounds like it's going to be like Star Wars Goonies.
Yeah, because they're lost in space and they're trying to find their way back home.
Which is exactly what Freemakers was. The Lego show Freemakers kind of. I mean, it wasn't Goonies, but it was similar to that type of shit. So that's what
I'm trying to figure out. Jude Law, what character is he going to be playing? A pilot, or is he playing a Jedi or an Imperial? We don't know.
Villain.
Who is he again? What was he in?
Oh, he's
been in a ton of movies.
I'm doing this again.
He was Sherlock Holmes.
Just yesterday.
I'm not going to recap his whole IMDb cast list.
And character that he was. What's the most popular thing?
Played in AI. That's the only thing I can remember.
Yeah, he's won an Oscar, I think.
Yeah, he's been
nominated for one of them.
He's also Watson. He's also Watson in friggin' Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes. He's Watson. He's Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts.
He also was the bad guy in Miss Marvel.
Wait, time out. With Iron Man, he's in Sherlock Holmes with Iron Man. And he plays Watson.
Yes.
That's the guy. Okay, fair enough. He was good. Okay, good.
But he also played the bad guy in Miss Marvel.
I just needed one.
Got enough.
Got enough. Okay, good. Next.
You asked again.
I asked one question.
Yeah, he's in Captain Marvel too.
That's what Grammar Rodeo is. That is what we.
Skeleton Crew is Grammar Rodeo.
Yeah. Skeleton Crew is Grammar Rodeo. It's exactly what we expected it to be.
Mm-hmm. So this was interesting. We'll do the whole Andor trailer later. I think we cut up something different for that. But I found this interesting is the fact that now they didn't say doesn't use. They said it doesn't lean on stagecraft.
Different.
So
you could definitely tell the difference.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be more practical effects and more gritty, and I kind of like that look.
Like they filmed out on scenes outside the
more actual sets as opposed to the stagecraft stuff. So
instead of your sand turning green all of a sudden, and
which could be why they've already. My guess is that's why they already kind of greenlit that second season for it and everything else. Because if they had to build actual sets as opposed to stagecraft stuff,
already built.
That takes a big investment. Yeah. So.
Yeah. We'll see.
Sticks. Listen to this guy. Is he kidding me? Get out of here. Get out of here, Sticks. Hey, that guys, what's going on? All right.
So this is interesting. This was a show I don't think we knew much about. It was kind of a rumor floated out there, but Young Jedi Adventures is going to be basically High Republic. And it's going to be aimed. Now, this is aimed basically at around like kindergarten age.
Remember the
kids.
Do you remember the little girls, the girl thing that they did the shorts or with the
Forces of Destiny?
It's Disney Junior, so you'll see it on a lot of that stuff. So I'm not saying we'll all go out and watch it, but it is kind of interesting that I find it interesting that they're putting the High Republic out there to appeal to kids more because I think
they're trying to get it out there. They're trying to make
Well, I'm just looking at the name Young Jedi Adventures. So are we thinking that this is going to be at least loosely, maybe character-wise, based on the High Republic Adventures, which is a IDW, obviously, so it's more of a kid. Probably
it might even be if it's aimed at children, like young children. It could even be younger than that. Like it could be younglings. Would be my guess.
So what they did this before with Forces of Destiny, where IDW released
Muppet Babies and
on the story, supposedly aimed for younger kids. They didn't do a great job at it, and it was all the girls. It was
I don't know that Forces of Destiny was aimed that low.
It was on Disney Junior.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I know it was a web
Destiny
thing.
Had a lot of connections to canon too.
Huh?
Forces of Destiny had a lot of connections to canon. Maz Kanata was the one that got hopefully get Bosch's.
Well, it was canon.
It was, but now we're gonna see now if they change it.
Yeah, they do good with the kids stuff.
Yeah.
Disney.
They have one now. I think it's like it's about like the beasts of Star Wars, the different animals and stuff.
It was like Richardson. I like what he said. He's right. That's Spidey and Friends, and that's exactly what it's going to be like, dude. It's really super duper fun, man. Yeah. I'm glad you said that. Thank you very much for that. And good to see.
Well, I mean, they really need to pull this younger age into Star Wars somehow, and I think putting them into, because you think about it, as a generation, we've pretty much trashed the Star Wars they know. Like if there's like a 7-year-old kid out there right now who's maybe old enough to watch, like, you know, I mean, he may have seen the old stuff, but as far as new stuff goes, like the sequel trilogy, like our generation has pretty much probably ruined that for him by telling him it's awful. But like, you know, now they can pull something entirely new. That's kind of nice.
I've found that when I tell my kids that I don't like something, it makes them like it even more.
Yeah, that's true. There's that opposite effect.
Did you ever see what was the one they did after Free? Oh, maybe it was Freemakers. No, I think it was something after Freemakers. Whatever the second version was after Freemakers, was the kids of the Freemaker kids, and they were little shorts. Maybe Caleb knows this, but I can't remember what the series was called. It was really good, and I think that's kind of what young thing is, where they kind of go and they team up against, like, one of them was fighting Gridilla the Hutt, and then another one was like the Knights of Ren, and then they went and hit up maybe I can't remember who else it was, but it was fun. And if they do that, they're under the guise of the Spidey and Friends. If you've never watched Spidey and Friends, I suggest you do. They're shorts, they're not that long. Please go do that, and you'll get a feel for it. So,
speaking of Legos,
I was gonna say,
special on August 5th coming out for summer vacations.
Not
a lot of detail on it, but it looks like it'll be good. I mean, they did a great job with the Halloween special. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I like the Halloween special.
Stuff, man. I love it. I love it all. So,
you think we'll actually get a Lego series at any point, or do you think we'll just get these short kind of?
I would hope they go back to
hour-long specials.
I hope they go back to the Lego series. The problem with it is that they decanonize the Yoda tales, which was kind of just funny, making fun of. Like, it was good listening to their panel. They're going to be able to expand it a little bit more. I hope they get back towards, more of the Freemaker style. I really was disappointed when they kind of poo-pooed it and said, well, it's not canon. I was like, okay, fine. It doesn't have to be canon, but you could still keep coming up with those little stories that were great. I think instead of just a holiday special, like actually do like a
your target audience, like 8 to 12-year-olds or whatever it's aimed at, they don't care if it's canon. Who cares? They just care if they enjoy it.
Send them a link. Yeah, it was All Stars. And All Stars, if you ever watch All Stars, it was really great. So it was right after Freemakers, and they did a great job. And that was the last time we got a serial Star Wars thing. I mean, think if they did it, Vader's Castle, and they did all of Vader's Castle in a series, all the Scott stuff in a series, Lego style, dude. How cool would that be? I'm down. Anybody else say no? Pete says no, apparently.
I didn't say no.
Okay. Well,
I'm trying to figure out what you were saying. Send who the link.
I was joking. I don't know who.
See, kids just want to watch it, but we get very technical on this is canon, this stinks, this and that. Kids are just happy watching it.
I don't think so. Because I have kids around that age, I love it because anything that they'll sit down and I don't have to whenever I'm watching New Hope or the original 3 or actually any of the first 6, I have to fast forward through a lot of it. So I'm down for them to get any experience they can that they enjoy stuff. So.
Yeah, there we go. This one's for Marco.
It is what he said, but it's not what he said.
It's what he said. He said it was a great character, and it wasn't the first time he'd heard that people want to see Kyle Katarn on the screen.
Yeah, as he was going, oh, that's not the first time I heard his name.
So, damn it.
He was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
I think he was serious. I think it'd be great to see Kyle Katarn.
That's Dave's sarcastic face. I know you can't tell the difference, but that's what it was. All right, go ahead. JJ wanted to add. No, JJ, go ahead. Tell them what it is and tell them why you're so
Kyle
excited.
Katarn is a famous Star Wars video game player for the uninitiated, or video game character. I'm sorry, for the uninitiated. But
he looks like a 90s LARPer, dude.
It was awesome. He had a great role in the books and everything. Everybody wants to see him again. And Dave Filoni apparently wants to see him again, too.
Oh, Dave did not say he wants to see him again.
Look at the look on Dave's face.
Hey,
like,
Dom.
That's a look of pure joy on Dave's face right there.
Hey, don't give Dom stuff because what you're doing with Kyle is the same thing, dude.
Well, Favreau looks like Jedi right now. Just how? What do you?
Favreau's like, who's Kyle Katarn?
He has no clue what's going on. Dude, I love it when John's there. He's like, "Yeah, I'm such a Star Wars guy," and then Dave talks about something, and you just see fucking John's face go fucking blank. Like,
yeah, like what's that?
Talking about? But did you catch Dave's stuff today, or it was a replay maybe of Dave's stuff from? No, it was today because he talked about how he did a secret panel and he released the Ahsoka stuff. And he was talking about how you handle characters. He kind of talked about it here too. He talked about how Dirge, how they turned that into Cad Bane, and how you're supposed to handle characters. And he pretty much had said that unless they can get the original authors or artists to handle the characters of legacy properties, they will not use them.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to put it.
That kind of stinks too, because there's a lot of characters that are held by they don't want to pay.
Well, I don't know. I like fucking Cad Bane, and I mean,
I like Cad Bane too.
I realize somebody's gonna clip that.
Well, they take the concept of a character a lot of times too.
Yeah, they'll take the concept of it.
Cad Bane, for instance, was not the first Western-inspired bounty hunter character in Star Wars.
Absolutely not. There's a bunch, but
there was tons in Legends.
But what are they clipping, Pete?
I'm just the way you paused. You said, "I love fucking Cad Bane." And you paused.
Dramatic pause.
No, I like him. Anyways, but no, I mean, I like that
I'm not
too.
the only one who heard it.
But then he also had said about Heir to the Empire and kind of was referencing, and I don't think that fans caught it. They cheered too loud. But he was
honestly, I think Filoni too follows kind of that Lucas school that doesn't really like Legends that much because they can't control it and didn't create it as much. Which he kind of says so in this interview in a way, talking about the characters.
Yeah. So, Yep. We'll be back.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving because we still got a lot to go.
Yep. So Mando season 3, which we pretty much already knew was going to be a thing, but we got kind of a date of February of next year. There was a footage preview. I didn't clip any of it because
we could talk about it.
We can talk about it, yeah.
Because we would get in trouble if we showed you. But you got a picture of
Bo-Katan, a gray area, so to speak.
Yeah. What's her name's back for sure. The wrestler.
Yeah. Bo-Katan's back for sure.
Yeah. No, that's something else. We'll get into that in a minute.
Oh,
Axe Woves, everybody's favorite Night Out Mandalorian is going to be in there.
Axe Woves and
actually hit the next slide for me. I pulled up a couple. I did pull a couple.
You got
shots.
The dome. You got
Babu Frick.
I like Babu Frick.
Yeah,
he was awesome.
Yep. So we got Babu Frick. Got Katie Sackhoff. Did anybody else see? Was there did it look like there was a picture of her on a throne?
Yeah, there was.
No, it was.
Yeah.
It was in the old, like one of the old domes. It was her on the throne in one of the old domes. I'm in.
Yeah. So it should be very interesting. It almost kind of set it up in the reel that maybe she was kind of like a villain-esque character.
I think that's where they could be going. Maybe.
We shall see.
The Darksaber makes people turn.
You're not bad. Caleb, you're not wrong. But no, so I thought that was cool. So the icing over, man, they're gonna get backstories. Also, like we said, the Death Watch probably was a splinter group that is not attached to Bo-Katan or the rest of the Mandalorian. And they had also stated they had shown in the preview thing the exclusive, I guess the exclusive stuff, the stuff you're not supposed to know about, that there are coming to heads between the two groups, the Armors group and the other group, and Mandalore, and Dajing, because it was already doing Death Watch shit. So they kidnapped him before apparently they might have kidnapped him before.
That's all they did. We talked about that earlier. They're like a weird cult. That's all they did was kidnap kids more.
I know, but
that's the thing. I'm going to get more into that backstory too.
I'm sorry, Don. What?
I'm sorry, more of that backstory.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think we were asking for more backstory, and we're going to get it. So, like, I'm super glad because when I went back and watched Mando 2, I know it was kind of split off, and we had some cave stuff and some egg eating and whatever. Like, it looks like from what we've seen behind the scenes of this, like we're getting it right. We're going to get to the river. We're going to get.
It's kind of the things we expected, right? It's just confirmation of what we expected, more or less.
All the things that we expected said, I think this is where it's going. I mean, that's what Celebration kind of was for this channel, for our fans, for the people that are in our chat.
For everyone, yeah. I mean, it was confirmation of a lot of stuff a lot of people expect, but it's nice to see the confirmation.
Exactly. The one disappointment that is coming out is that, you know, the Mando comic that's coming out, it's going to be season 1. They should have did something in the past. And
well, I'm not a huge fan of any adaptation comic. Like, I would prefer them do original stories for comics, but
it's a waste of time.
Yeah. All right. Next up.
Change gears.
Yep. Quick interlude. Got a little bit of Indiana Jones 5 news and a date. They kept the same date. Let's put it that way, of June 30th. So I don't know if they're really going to hold to that date, but they didn't change it, which was kind of surprising.
That was the one thing that I did differ from Dave. He was like, oh, well, when I needed something for like deep fake Luke, I brought in Mark. I was like, you should have brought in fucking Ford. He's the one who directed Luke on how to do the shit anyway. So.
Yeah. So there wasn't a ton of news on Indy 5, but got a little bit of spark here and there. So.
Let me guess. Indiana Jones isn't going to actually have to be in the movie for anything to actually occur. You could take him out. It's still going to be the same effect, right?
Let's just hope it's better than 4. I'll just say that.
That's all. I did 4.
Just be better than 4.
Just be better.
Listen, just one thing. How do you go into a refrigerator and hide for a nuclear bomb? That's what I really need to know. That's it.
I don't even care about that. I'm more concerned about Shia LaBeouf swinging through trees with monkeys.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. What was that?
Freaking alien invasion.
Alien invasion.
The aliens. The only good thing, I like Kate Blanchett, but man, they wasted her in that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. Yeah, Mando's gonna be good.
Anyway, moving on.
So this was kind of expected at some point, but we got the announcement at Celebration that Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords, is coming to Switch. So if you picked up the first one on Switch, pick up the second because it's still a good game.
Yeah. Who has Switch?
I do.
My son's got one.
So could you? I might be buying this for the kids. Can you set like time limits on it? Personal question. Using.
I don't know because I don't ever do like the time limits.
You probably can, but
I don't have kids, so
take it away.
But I would imagine. I think you can set it on any downloadable game at least. So nice. I would imagine it's
you
part
can actually
of that.
hook it up to the TV and have it on the TV. My brother has it. My nephews have it.
Yeah, no, I'm asking about like how easy it is to put time limits on before I buy it.
Yeah, he wants to just limit usage. Yeah.
All right. Well, if anybody in the chat,
I know it's got family settings.
I'll look into it.
Yeah, I'll let you know maybe.
Cool. Oh, yes, you can. Steve says, "Thank you, Steve." Of course, I should have just called Steve Horn. All right, you got questions? Call Steve Horn. 1-800-LiveArtComics.com. All right, keep going.
This is the big video game news. We got Jedi Survivor, which is the sequel to Fallen Order. Finally got it. Whew. Which we expected it would come at Celebration, but thank God it did because I was getting nervous.
Let me text Jen real quick.
I was getting real nervous.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this game, it takes place the same time Obi-Wan's going, 10 years before New Hope.
Yeah. So you got a full trailer. The trailer's out there. You can watch it. Actually, hit the next slide for me, Pete.
All right.
We didn't get a solid release date. We just got next year. So in video game world, that could actually become the following year real quickly. But
you could just use some of the CG looking here at the top character. Just put a little CG on top of the actor.
It's for all those wondering, that is not the Grand Inquisitor. It's the same species as the Grand Inquisitor.
Shit
but
looks like it could be.
It's actually a senator. It's an imperial.
It's the same guys from Revenge of the Sith. When
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
When he was riding that dragon.
With Cody.
That's what the
Order
fuck
66. No.
supposed to look like. That's what the Grand
Inquisitor
is supposed to look like. They obviously know how to fucking do it because they just fucking did it in this goddamn trailer. And if they can't do it in this trailer, how the fuck can't we have it on Obi-Wan? End of rant, end of sentence, end of story.
I've said it time and time again. They could just you can use an Unreal 5 or an Unreal Engine and just make an entire series.
Those are boobies, right?
I mean, it's all animation.
I don't know.
Go back. They're boobies.
No.
No. I'm pretty sure that's a dude.
Okay,
I told you that was a dude.
The only one of the, so there's Marin, right?
A dude,
Yeah, there's Marin.
but it's covered.
Yeah, I mean, it could be somebody like Marin. I don't know.
I don't know, guys.
Marin is I forget the species now, but she's the Night Sister in the game, or I guess reformed Night Sister.
That told you, Dom.
It could be her. It could be. I don't know. We'll see.
It could be her. It could be a relation to her or something.
Everybody on this is married and doesn't know what a female looks like. It's beyond me.
Well, listen, this day and age.
That's an awful huge bicep for a chick. It looks like.
Yeah,
You're in a suit.
Hey, yo, I know some chicks that throw down like that, dude. No doubt.
Yeah,
it's video.
She's in like an exosuit. Like
it could be. No, it could be.
See, you're saying she, so thank you very much. Okay.
Because I'm thinking she's. Nobody knows who's in the tube. The eyes read.
Okay,
I've heard everything rumored.
Okay, stop.
Guys. I've heard everything rumored for who's in the tube, and there's no real answer yet. So
yes, so everybody says that there's a comic book character that died, so everybody says that that's him in the thing because it's white.
Well, there's also I've heard Star Killer clone and.
Oh really? Star Killer clone too? That'd be kind of.
I've heard 18 rumors about it already.
It'd be cool if it is.
It's Cloud from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, Sephiroth.
I think it's gonna be Jade.
Could be Sephiroth. Got the white hair.
Yep.
I think Jade's hair turned white because she's been in for so long, and the back is gonna turn it back into red, and then she's gonna pop out.
His hair turned white because lightning hit him. How many times is that now?
It's Tom Cruise's superior.
It's true.
Somebody pulled out a gray hair. She had a full set of brown hair. Pulled it out, and the whole hair turned gray.
All right. Well,
easy.
We're not wasting all night just talking about that. Let's keep going.
So there was some cosplay. I'll let everybody look up their own images. I just pulled a few, but I figured I'd highlight some. The Jax was cool. There's a Samurai C-3PO.
They have a Jax coming up.
Court that one with Geode. That court is
cool.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, they won the High Republic cosplay contest. You can actually see the High Republic authors there with
them.
That's
awesome. That's awesome.
You accidentally cut Justina.
Claudia Gray.
Look at the Joker back there. Look at his mouth. The way he's smiling. The guy in the he's smiling. The way he smiles.
They should. God bless Older, but he shouldn't do any interviews. Could we just have Charles and Gray just steer? Thank God Gray is there. Like when Gray was doing her interviews, when she was talking, you would see you'd see like Justine, and a couple other them just look at her, and she's like, and they're like, huh? And she's like, when you're writing quality stories, and they're like, huh? It's like, dude.
I'm just looking at over gold C-3PO.
Yep, Samurai C-3PO.
Grover back there, Grover Solo.
Yeah, Grover Solo.
Yeah, Grover.
Yeah.
Did you guys see? So did you guys see the shots of the 501st and the Ahsoka? Oh my God!
Let me tell you something. That guy in the Jax costume, he needs axe.
Go to Jax.
Stinking.
I also like the guy in the stormtrooper suit.
Yeah, the stormtrooper suit.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, rocking the Adidas. That's a good look.
That's a good look.
All right, moving on.
Yep.
All right.
So confirmation finally, and somewhat of a date, fall, not really exact, of Tales of the Jedi, which, if you hit the next slide for me, is exactly what we said it would be, which is not about the Old Republic Tales of the Jedi, but is actually about Jedi throughout their life.
So I didn't put that picture in the one because I was worried about us getting in trouble for it. All right. So yeah, they're definitely gonna give us the backstory of Ahsoka, which is awesome. I'm down for it. We're gonna get more Dooku. If you haven't read Dooku, A Jedi Lost, it's before that, so it's super cool. We're gonna have a young Qui-Gon.
Yeah, there's gonna be Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon. I was surprised they got Liam Neeson.
Yeah. I thought it was cool as shit though.
It's great. I love it.
Look at grandmother, and so we're gonna see her get stolen. We're gonna see how she's gonna be stolen from her village.
Do you might read the Force Collector book?
Yes.
That's what Ahsoka's mother reminds me of.
Oh, because
just with the walking stick and the whole outfit and everything.
Yeah. From Galaxy's Edge, he's talking about the Force Collector, the Galaxy's Edge, the pandemic. He was in it. Anyways, no, it's cool. Yes, Jedi or DJ, go past. Well, we hit another one, but
so I think it's nice that we'll have. So it will explore Jedi that we know, but that we don't know a lot about. Like, it's going to be cool to see Dooku's kind of younger self as a Jedi and Qui-Gon's Padawan.
I think it's cool. It's not gonna be like a whole episode, so we're gonna just get like parts, or not a whole season. So we're gonna just.
If I wasn't mistaken, you said Mace Windu, right?
It's six. I think it's set now as, if I remember right, it was set as 6 episodes, and there's going to be 3 based on Ahsoka and 3 based on Dooku /
No, not Raven. Brian, did you?
It's not Revan.
Brian, did you get the link? Pete, did you send him the link?
I sent it to on Hangouts. Okay. My chat with McClay.
No, it's not. That's not who it is. It's probably, as I respond to Dom, 98% it's Inquisitor, 1% it is a old Sith from a comic book mask that Charles Soule wrote.
Well, put it this way, he interacts with Ahsoka, so it can't be.
It could be in between, though.
Unless it's a vision, it can't be an old Republic character or.
You saw the video, because that was the. If you saw the video, not just the artwork, it looked like it could have been in between. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if it's in between, but no, it's not. It's not Bane. It's not Plagueis. It's not Revan. Not those 3.
So this is a Filoni work still. So I would imagine it's somebody that we don't see in Legends
that he's gonna.
That would already be canon, or that he's created for canon. One of the two.
I mean, with all this stuff though, like this was one of the things that I was the happiest of, because somebody asked us it's CGI, and this was one of the things I was the happiest of, because I was like, holy shit, we're getting another Rebels, we're getting another Clone Wars, like that's what this is. Like, we're getting that great animation back, and not that Bad Batch is bad. Don't get me wrong, but like, we're getting the things that
Clone Wars animation.
Right? Yeah. I mean, the whole thing. They're bringing Ackley. You know, they're bringing back all the people to voice it. It's just.
Let me ask you a quick question. Do you think we'll see a young Palpatine?
I don't fucking know. Why would we see it? I don't know.
I don't know. It'll go back that far. I have no idea.
No, I think we're just great. We might get Sifo Dyas.
Yeah.
I mean, there
was a young Senator Palpatine in the Jedi Lost book, but not very much. He just cameoed.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows?
I mean, I think we're gonna get 2. We're obviously gonna get what's his name, Filoni's favorite Jedi, because he's the one that kidnaps Ahsoka Tano. So we're getting him. I mean, why else would you show the story? Huh?
Was it a?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're speaking of Ahsoka.
Oh, Black Ops, you're gonna be waiting longer. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, JJ.
So Ahsoka got a full panel, as you can see there. But we got a lot of news. A lot of news on Ahsoka. Actually, you can hit the next slide for me. I didn't pull much as far as anything out there.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool. You got to see the live action Chopper, like there on stage.
Yeah, we saw live action was in Rogue One. He was in Rogue One. He went by.
Yeah, but
I mean, like actual,
working,
not just rolling by. Like, he was actual there working on the stage.
And they actually, it was really super cool. Was they had him not only on the stage, then later on, she had done another thing, and they had her walk her up to the back part of it, so they had on the actual floor.
Yeah, and we got confirmation more or less that you're going to see Rebels characters in it. We don't know who exactly is playing a couple of them. We do know that, which was already rumored that. And I'm going to butcher her name, poor actress, Natasha Liu Bordozio.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Any which way, that she will be playing Sabine. We know that much.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the rumor anyways. It was never actually confirmed, but it's been rumored forever. I hope they don't have the Aladdin kid as Ezra, but we'll see.
Okay, that's why I said 99%. That's the Inquisitor I was talking about, yes.
And we know Hera will be in there too. So we assume other Rebels characters, but it sounds like it's going to be the Rebels sequel that we really want.
Yeah, it really does. Now, Dave did say when they asked, because they finally asked him today about like Ezra, and he said it's the dumbest shit you've ever. Well, it's Dave, but he's like, he's in a galaxy far, far away. I'll tell you where he is.
And we didn't see any. Just so everybody knows, I've watched the footage. There's no Thrawn in there.
No, there's
blue guys.
That's unfortunate.
Well, maybe,
I'm not saying we won't see him. I'm just saying he's not there.
Maybe the cut, like you see the guys' hands that are on the dead. Maybe they took the blue out. You don't know. Because you know how they do when they do test shots and stuff like
You
that.
don't have
I have
to
no idea.
worry about them taking hand. Like, there's plenty they haven't showed us.
Yeah, there's plenty they haven't showed us.
And chances are you'll see all this stuff.
Yeah.
All this stuff that's exclusive celebration footage usually drops in the following couple weeks.
And by the way, we're getting Thrawn.
Officially.
We're getting Thrawn.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Like,
We are.
so it doesn't have to like. Yeah, we're getting either way.
I just don't want anybody to jump the gun. I'm just telling you, he wasn't in the footage that they
Yeah, he
showed.
wasn't in the footage. Can I say one thing about if you could go back to that real quickly?
I don't want to go back and zoom in again. What?
Well, don't zoom in. Damn it! Now I forgot why. There was something really important that we.
I'm zooming in so we don't leave up the image that we probably shouldn't leave up.
All right, yeah, go. Okay, get off this. Sorry, get off. Get off it.
Okay.
Now, my bad. Get off it. Go next one.
So, Yoda is going to get a whole, I think, 10-issue series from Kevin Scott. So,
multiple variants.
I actually have this in the thing. It's not a 10-issue series from Kevin Scott. 3 books from Kevin Scott.
oh, okay.
But I actually have what Kevin says later
off
on.
then, right? I
What's that?
assume he kicks it off then.
Yeah, he does.
He was part of the okay. So he kicks off the
gotcha.
series.
We got the whole little tidbit on it, and we'll throw it in a little bit more. But this is kind of cool too. I mean, look, if you're going to put those people in charge, like I have lots of faith in Scott. I have lots of faith in Gray, and I have lots of faith in Soul. So, and honestly, as long as they keep Jose doing kid stuff, I liked what he did there. So,
And the more I think about it, like, I mean, you have now, I don't know what it's going to cover as far as content goes, but they have a lot they can cover there. I mean, Yoda's 1,000 years old. So there's a lot of freedom to do what they want to do there as far as,
I mean, so he pretty much
to
said the 3 series that he's going to do is going to be in the High Republic era before.
Well, apparently they said the stories that take place before Luke dropped in Dagobah. So,
yeah, if it's in the High Republic, it's well before Luke dropped in Dagobah. But it's going to be, so what Calvin said, and we'll get into it later, is that the first 3 that he's going to do is going to be High Republic era with Yoda. It's going to be in between Phase 1 and Phase 2. So,
no way in hell, Mojo.
But that's just his 3 issues, right? Not the whole.
Yeah, that's his 3 issues.
No way in hell.
Yeah, I don't know if Ezra Miller is going to be cast as anybody anytime soon.
Exactly.
So that's cool. But this is the stuff that's cool. Like when I say go out there and like, I don't mind them doing backstories on characters as long as they stay away from the first 3 movies, like, or the first 6, to be honest with you. Like, I think this is perfect. Like, let's hear
hundreds of years of Yoda they could explore.
let's take bets. How many?
Literally a millennium. A millennium of Yoda out there.
Wow, Yoda's got a lot to show. All right, next up.
Continuing on with comics. Yep. So Jedi's sure to pick up these books.
Good seeing you, Jedi.
But apparently there'll be Star Wars Visions comics from Marvel, and they're not going to be an adaptation. So I don't know if we'll see new characters, new stories, or a continuation of the stories that we got. Which I would like to see some of those stories continued. Like I liked the Elder. I'd like to see what happens with the 2 Jedi in that, and Ronin and the Ninth Jedi. Yeah. So
Jedi's losing it right now.
Do you want to see if that band makes it big?
Yep. I gotta see if Star Waver really hits it big. I gotta see how Jabba the Hutt acts as a record.
Come on, Boba Fett was nodding his head, drinking. Come on.
I like that, man. It
was cool.
Whatever.
Well, this is cool because a lot of cool characters they'll introduce, and the first appearances, and you have the speculations and all the craziness that goes along with it.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
So last thing, this dropped today. We got Bad Batch season 2 information out there. So there's be new enemies which looked a little bit like crabs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Trailer, but yeah.
That was a little bit odd, but yeah. And a new look for some of the characters too. I didn't have time to post up much for.
Don't worry about it. I cut it already. I got like 6 on this, so we'll cover it and we'll cover trailers. We'll show you the new.
But yeah, that's out there. So
it's cool. It looks good. I think it looks better than I thought season 1 was pretty good.
I mean, so I hope they do like what they, this is the typical route they take with animation is the first season, as far as looks, at least as far as the animation they are, the first season is usually a little rough and then it gets better. And it happened with Rebels. It happened with Clone Wars. So it'll probably happen with Bad Batch. Hopefully we get better animation and better character design.
Well, and you see what happened with this? I thought that it was going to take a couple of years of like a time jump. It's a few months after the events of the first series. So
is it even a few months? It seems like it's
They said months after the events of the ending of Clone Wars. I mean, Bad Batch.
All right, put it on the poll. What do we want? Do we want High Republic? Do we want the High Republic recap? Do we want the Andor / all the trailers, or do we want the toys? Let them tell us what they want.
You act like this is easy to do.
You're the one that says I want to do more polls, bro. If you want to do polls, do polls. If not, then don't say I want to do more polls.
But you got to give me a heads up. You just don't
heads up
down on me.
You know, just rapid fire.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't hear what you said.
That was interesting. The detail they went into the Bad Batch stuff, I was pleasantly happy with.
High Republic. What else did you get?
High Republic, all the trailers. It's like Andor and whatever. We also got the Obi Wan review, but we'll do that later. Or toys.
So just those two.
Dom's got a top 10 toy that came out, top 10 exclusives that came up, so we got to do that too.
All right, Dom's toys. Okay, I'll do those 3.
Yeah, look, Ed. Thank you, Ed. You tell him. Heads up. No, Wayseeker, that's not true, sir. Good sir, that is not true. Get out of here. But we got so much stuff we can't get into it. We will get into you, Wayseeker.
We did that.
If you want to me up in the DM, I'll tell you what my thought.
So you
we originally
finished
had another top 10. Does that plan 2?
The book, the Brotherhood, right? Who finished the book? The clone that was in.
Oh, we're not getting into it this week.
Save it for the review, Dom.
No,
we're not getting into it this week. What the heck?
No, I just wanted to say what. Okay, no.
What? Okay.
Dom is that cat. If you say something, he's just gonna knock the cup off the counter. You just gotta.
High Republic is leading right now.
All right,
Let's do it.
It is. There we go.
Do it.
New color for the logo. This is 150 years-ish to 100 years before, so we're going to phase 1. All right, perfect stuff. Oh, nice
back in time.
Yeah, back in time. Lots of Jedi looking at things flying around in air and sunsets. Like, who's the guy that does? Looks like that does the little paintings that they put in the background all the time of the Star Wars, the expensive shit that nobody buys.
Bob Ross,
Thomas Kincaid.
Thomas Kincaid, very Thomas Kincaid like. We got a couple of figures that we kind of already saw. They now have 2 chancellors, which will be all right. They're starting off with Justine Ireland. I think I have more than been fair of my opinion.
It's co-authored, right? The first.
It is.
It's her and another writer.
We'll get into that in a minute. But she got to start this off because she's also starting off with the first novel, so we'll see those characters there. We also will see Pathfinder teams, which is good, which is great. So that means we're going to get the Santikas and the Grass. I just hope that she's not the one writing them.
She wrote them the first time around.
We're getting a communication team. Oh, Jesus, that was so stupid. I'm explaining the communication team. And then we're going to get some people that help out the communication team, some more Jedis. That's what we're getting over here on the right with now first, last names and whatever, man. We're getting the mother and we're getting, so there's a lot of like yin and yang and that stuff. So we're getting the mother who's a cult leader and we're getting Rose great grandmother. So Marshawn's great grandmother. Yeah. And then this is another part of the cult. So she's writing a book about cults. Like that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a Star Wars book about finding hyperspace lanes and talking about cults. So that's good. Hippie cults, like hippie cults, not like Jones and where they all drink the purple. Well, maybe they will drink the blue Kool-Aid, but like and believe in spaceships probing you in the butt and then taking off. But like, for those people of the comet, that one, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be more like the refuges of the 60s. Stuff that they have no relationship because all of them are under the age of 40 that they could talk about. But
and not for anything, isn't his like tentacles on his head like shorter than what they should be?
Yeah, he cut him off. She said that's a big deal because why would you cut him off? It's not that big of a deal. I don't know. He's the Herald. This was actually a sketch. If you could, this is actually by Jose. He thought he was funny. Okay. This is coming back, but unlike people saying that this was going to be a comic book, it isn't. It's still going to be MAGA. They're still going to have in MAGA. Orkoff is going to stick to MAGA. He's not leaving MAGA. Whatever.
It's not that difficult.
MAGA. We did get this from was it Scott or Soul? I think it was Scott. They actually went back, something we kind of talked about before. The nameless is actually the name of the species. This is the generalized picture of it. Then when he said
nameless is the name?
The Nameless is the name of this. Well, this is important later because he writes a book. What Man's going to write a book. This is why we're going over this again. And as you can see, this is the actual leveler. There was a debate. We covered it a long time ago. You can go watch our last shows. This is what the leveler looks like. JJ still, even after watching this, although he thinks Kyle somehow is going to show up, refuses to acknowledge that this is the leveler. That's fine. That's what the author says. So there you go.
Hey, look who shows up. I tried to send you the link, bud.
No, you're joking.
Hi, what's up?
Hey, look, it's Brian McClay from, not The Amazing anymore. Now it's
Check.
Beyond Wednesday.
on Wednesdays.
Beyond Wednesdays. That's the new name. Amen.
How
What
you
up, guys?
doing? Awesome. Nothing.
Just waking up. It's hot in Arizona. I turned into a zombie at this time. A vampire.
So the first book that's coming out is Path, which is the one on the right, and that is co-written by Tessa and by Ireland. That's going to be about the mother and Rose grandmom and the hippies and the communes and then pathfinding. So hopefully half of it's good, I guess. Man's going to be writing a lot of stuff. For those people that aren't familiar with Man and a lot of stuff he did stuff in both of the almost all the anthology books he did, and then he did all the like offshoot stuff for The Edge where like they're fighting Crake dragons and a lot of short stories. His stuff isn't bad, but we'll see how he does with Quest for the Hidden City.
Yeah, it looks like one of the kids' books.
Yep, it is. It's going to be a kid's.
Yeah, he wrote the kids' book last time too. I think one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's also doing the Battle of
Jeddah?
Yeah, Jeddah, where it's going to be like he did the other stuff where he does those anthologies. So this is going to be an anthology book. This actually should be really cool. It's going to be an
audio book. You mean?
Yep. Well, what's still a book?
You said anthology book.
Well, anthology audio book,
Oh.
I guess is how. I mean, I don't know how you refer to it as.
It says script, so is it going to be an audio book or an audio performance?
Oh, fuck's sake! Am I the king of audios?
Usually when they do this,
It's a
it's
script,
a
that's what
full
I'm saying.
cast. It's usually a full
If
cast.
it says script, I'm
Good.
thinking it's a
Thank
cat.
God. Oh my God, that was the other thing. They had the guy that reads all the books, and does the women's voice very terribly, and he at least
that's what we're talking about. The differences is that if it's a book read by one person, or if it's a
good. I'm
like
glad
a
it's
performance
not.
with multiple people.
I enjoy the performance ones. Thank you, Jedi. Is that what you're saying?
That's what he was trying to clarify.
You ripped the performance. Last performance one we reviewed.
I know he tore it up.
The one was the one guy doing 6 different voices, including.
No, you didn't like Tempest Runner voices either.
Yeah, Tempest
That's
Runner.
different people.
I didn't like it.
She was really well because there's one woman doing the exact same voice for every character.
There's
I'm
actually
with
2 women.
Marco.
There's actually
What?
Bad
2 women
voices
doing
can kill it.
Thank
Bad
you,
voices definitely
Thank
can kill it.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah, give me Will Wheaton.
All right, so that was kind of. I mean, but I have faith in Man. He writes good stuff. So we also got. We're going to show you Cataclysm. We actually got the cover for that. What kind of one? Quest is going to be, but that's going to be 2 different parts. So King is going to write the novel. There's going to be another one that somebody's going to read a book for. Path of Vengeance is going to be Scott. Scott's doing a lot of stuff. They're starting to bring in Tessa to do a lot more books. So it looks like she's taking over for Ireland, which I can't say I'm disappointed in. Convergence is going to be done by, I'm going to screw this name up, Zarda Cordova.
Okay,
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. It's going to be a singular Jedi story going out there. It's going to be part of the High Republic stuff.
Apparently it's going to have Padme in it as a Jedi.
It's going to have Padme somehow a reference. No, it's not. It's
No,
not.
not really.
No. But it should be like an adventure, kind of like it's going to be like was it Trails of Shit? Which was the one Monster Hunter one? Temple's Peak.
Temple,
That's kind of the feeling
yeah, Temple's
the early report the feeling's going to be is kind of a Temple's Peak type thing, maybe a little cleaner than that. The other one doesn't have a title yet, but Kevin Scott said the character in the background is very interesting and very interesting. I don't know what that means, but it's very interesting. So there you go.
These are both Marvel comics.
These are Marvel comics. They're going to be all new characters throughout the whole thing.
The guy on the right looks like Kyle Katarn.
He does. He really does. The first 2 that are going to come out, though, we're going to get from Man is going to write Nameless. That's why we brought up the Nameless so much, because apparently he's going to be diving into that species and giving you the backstory of the leveler. So we're going to see a lot more on that. in the Dark Horse, or at least that's what the panel, which Man was not on. So like, they're talking about his book, but he's not there. And then of course we got the Blade. This is something we've been calling for a very long time. I think who was not happy getting this? Like quarter angle, like
I was upset that it was only like 3 issues, isn't it?
That's fine.
It's short. Yeah.
But we're also getting Soul. Soul's going to write it. So, like, you get Charles Soule and you get the character that we've all kind of wanted. Yes, thank you, Astro, for putting out the anniversary issue. He's on the cover of B. We've always said the B cover is the better
annual.
The annual. Sorry, annual. What was the other one? Oh, the cookbook's the other one. That's right. Not such a great book. Either way, it's great. I'm looking forward to it. It looks badass. They said they're going to give a lot of the background story on how he became like one. He called him one of the best lightsaberists. I don't know if that's a word.
Duelist, yeah. I would say duelist.
I know that's what you're supposed to say, but
all right, we know what you mean.
Hopefully we get to see a little bit of the battle, which would be really super dope, and explain some of the backstory. But it looks like they're all in on that. So, Marco loves that one.
I was wrong about that guy.
Yeah.
I'll admit it.
It's okay.
You didn't like Steven Seagal's character?
Yeah, I love.
No, I just a couple episodes back, you guys were making a big deal about this Steven, Porter, and I was like, why are you guys making a big deal about this guy? He hasn't done anything. So,
the writing.
I admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong. Apparently, he's somebody.
Two things: the novel was really good, and the writing was on the wall that was a character they're going to move towards. You can tell when they want to move towards.
Yeah, the way they were just kind of dropping hints.
In the way he's in like this, like a specialized sect kind of Jedi that we haven't really seen before. That'll be interesting.
Start introducing stuff, name certain battles that they tell you are great of importance, but you don't know anything about it. Like, oh, that's what he said. Yeah, he said lightsaber
wielder.
That's what
I guess that would be technically correct too.
He said he's a great lightsaber wielder. So I'm stoked, man. Everybody, right? Chat, you guys are all good for Porter coming in. I think these first two.
Hey, can you go to the previous slide though, real quick? Not to get away from Porter.
Mm-hmm.
So who else? The guy with the green lightsaber. Who else has face tattoos like that?
The beard.
Voss. He's thinking of Quinlan Voss.
Voss.
Oh, Voss.
Is that a face tattoo though, or is that just bad drawing?
That's drawing. Bad shading.
Is that just bad shading? Oh,
bad shading on the beard.
Yeah.
I thought that was a face tattoo.
I'm more interested in what's going on with the dude in the back.
On the high. No. That's the one that he pointed it out and said that's an interesting character.
Yeah.
That you guys are gonna watch.
Obviously, it's not Voss. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying it was. I just found that.
Yeah, I kind of see it now that you say it, but I just thought it was like bad shading.
It's like shade. It looks like I don't know.
I do because I don't think both of these were the finished product.
It's the lighting too. It's not the. I guess when you get the book itself.
But so it's Marvel on the right. That's going to be the first Marvel thing, and this is going to be the first adventure, or at least be one of the first things is the Blade. We're all excited. Chad is saying excited. So, I'm down. It's good. It looks like it's going to continue to be good. So
let me ask you a question.
Yes.
The High Republic Adventures, are they going to have like the 1 in 5s, the 1 in 10s, like those? Because now it's back at Dark Horse.
Oh no,
don't know.
There's some interesting chatter on that. It's rumors, but there's some interesting chatter on that.
I mean, Dark Horse does variants once in a great while, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they were doing so. I think they did so well because they had one of them had mentioned, and they're talking about the artist. They had mentioned the artists who were doing the variants and how they didn't call them variants. I can't. Other covers is what they said. I can't remember.
They're going to bring back the foil embossed.
That's cool. I'm down with that, bro. I got it. Plus, you don't have to press those things, so you're good. All right. Quest of the Jedi. So this is also the Kincaid-ish art that we saw for the first. But if you watch the second interview with Claudia Gray, a lot of people missed it. She did mention Quest of the Jedi is actually her comic book.
Yeah.
That
was already announced.
Which they already announced. Yeah, I know. But people forgot it, didn't listen to it. So there you go. So we actually this was actually the picture for her, I guess, her preview for her book. So, which it's going to be a bunch of Jedis and adventures, all we know. She actually wouldn't say anything. She said she got hit with a tranq dart. She could not say much about this when the other two, because there was a panel with her, Charles, Scott.
I think it's due out to like October, November, so it makes me wonder if
it will be very long.
How finished she is with it.
No. Past that. It's past October.
Is it even past October?
Yes, past October.
Wow.
So, yeah. But she actually's got it done. She's worked on most of it. She said she just can't say anything about it. I think something has to come out in one of the novels first, and then she's gonna be able to.
George R.R. Martin says the same thing. But
Dom, you need to get off your ass and get this show going. You have there's been 5 or 6 people ask for when your show's coming out. You need to get off your ass, buddy. That's all I'm saying.
We're not doing that show. All right, Kevin Scott. Here we go. As I think most people now know, this is where he's talking about the Yoda thing. So he's doing. Oh, I didn't even put the 1 through 3. Where is it? A new place, yes. We see Yoda as part of the new community, interacting in a new way. I don't think we've seen him before. One of the things I love about High Republic is it shows Jedi's living along the people, blah, 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 blah. The story is all about Yoda making himself part of the community that is not his own or finding a way. So in this whole thing, they do say it's set 150 years before the events of Light of the Jedi. So they're going all the way back to there with his storyline. Wow. Kevin Scott's only going to be doing these 3, the first 3. And I don't think it's coming black and white. I think they're going to color it in. I know that one part did look like Dagobah. There was a hint that it's going to be flashbacks. He's going to be almost like Obi Wan journals. They're going to be doing like the Yoda Chronicle journal. You can't say Yoda Chronicles because that was a Legos thing, but the Yoda journals then is pretty much what we're going to get.
Okay, so him chilling out in Dagobah, reminiscing about old.
Yeah, back in the day when he used to have a little more hair.
That's the
one
reason
thing
why
that I hope they don't. Go ahead, Dom.
No, so that's the reason why they said that he's on Dagobah before Luke came, reminiscing about old town. Okay,
that's what it looks like it's going to be. So far, that's what it looks like it's going to be. Who knows when they finish the product? The one thing I hope the fuck they don't do, they have this stupid sketch of Yoda with a top knot. And he looks super stupid. They have him in a black pantsuit and a top
pantsuit.
Yeah.
Oh, going to a disco later?
Oh my god, who's going to the ball? Oh Jesus, it's terrible. It's terrible. So hopefully they don't do that. But besides that, everything else sounds great. All right, yeah, that's a good one. Dom's Pops and Shot News. I like that, BK. So that was pretty much the end of the High Republic. I don't know what you guys all thought. I'm high on the High Republic. I like most of the stuff they're doing there. I think they're continuing to do a great job. I know it's tough to expand stuff and not sit so much on the Skywalker saga. They're doing a good job of it. It looks like some of the pieces that I hope was moving out, mainly just 2 authors, are starting to either co-author stuff or see their way out of phase 1.
And it's always good that you have a canvas you could do without worrying about stepping on other stuff. 150 years, 200 years, it's a good amount of years to do new stories and stuff like that.
That is funny because that was one of the things they were like, they were talking, Kevin, Gray, and Soul were talking about that. Like, it's nice for us to have some space to move around so we can do things. Dom, and I think you're right. I think that's one of the reasons.
A bunch of new names to learn. So.
Well, I get them all wrong anyway. So what do I say?
I don't know how you find learn. Mispronounce. A bunch of new names are mispronounced.
A bunch of wrong names. That's all right. I don't know. What do you think, Brian, of the new High Republic stuff? Are you
I'm cool with it, man. I'm cool. I'll be honest. Like, I give the regular High Republic stuff a bad rap. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's as good as the Adventures stuff, but I really like the Adventures stuff. I like what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a little bit tough, but at least it's not. They've done a lot.
The regular High Republic got better, comic wise. Like, it got better.
Yeah. Towards the end, but I mean that's just the lead up to the next one. So we're gonna get our big battle and we'll be fine.
Well, it took me a while to get used to it. Even though it was Star Wars, I tried.
BK, watch yourself. I'm telling you, at that
convention, more like a jumpsuit than a
I'm not lying. It was a pantsuit they had that mother in. You go back and watch it. I think they even say they had him in a pantsuit. Go back, watch it real quickly. You'll see he was having a top hat and a pantsuit.
That's gonna be awesome.
Who's the young lady, the redhead from the Star Wars show? You know what I'm talking about?
I know she has the glasses.
Oh yeah, I don't know her name. But she does the weekly Star Wars show.
She's the one. She's also putting out the art book, and she's putting out the art book of High Republic, and that's where it was. And she was flipping out. She's like, "I hope they finally actually do that." And I'm like, "Oh, I hope."
I hope they give us pantsuit Yoda.
I mean, my fashion's not great, right? Like I'm wearing.
Just imagine the toys and stuff to come out for that.
This shirt is that I bought for $5. Like, dude, I get that my fashion's not good, but at least I know my fashion's not good. I'm not quite sure she knows that her fashion is.
Yoda, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna strut
I'm going on a cruise line.
Okay, I'm pulling it up. I'm gonna dig it out and pull it up for you guys. It is so bad. All right. Next up, what was second on the poll, Pete?
Not trailers.
Toys. Dom, do toys real quickly.
Let's do it real quick.
I got it. I got Dom stuff.
And,
all right.
Hey, Bryan, we're gonna hit back up on some of the stuff.
First things first, we have a 1/4 scale of Iron Studios Cad Bane. Finally, a Cad Bane statue that's actually legit, which is really cool from the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, this is from the show. You can tell. You can see it in the face mold.
In the face mold, it is really it's badass, and I can see it's going fast. You know, it's up for pre-order now, and I believe it's on Sideshow because I went on Iron Studios. They did not have it on there, so. Check Sideshow itself, Star Wars stuff, and the pretty badass statue that I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on. Hopefully I find room. My wife's getting mad. Next, so the company Jazzware is coming out with a bunch of like micro Galaxy, just like the micro machines. And so apparently this is a Walmart exclusive, not 100% sure yet, which I'm definitely going to buy because it's badass. And
how small is it? It doesn't look that small.
No, it's small enough.
The people are small.
People are small. So it's actually, I don't know what the size of it is. But anyway, these are cool. They're going to have TIE fighters. They're going to have the Millennium Falcon. They're going to have a bunch of ships, which is really cool. And it's reminiscent of the Micro Machines.
Yeah, if I were to guess, it's looking like a little more than a foot, like maybe 14.
Something like that. Yeah. Like maybe 12 inches.
Yeah, so I'm thinking. It doesn't look too big because I'm looking at the size of the text and whatever that disc is down here in the corner. It's going to give me a sense of.
But it's cool. I want to get that. I'm definitely going to get that. And hey, it's $29. So
the figures are probably like the little, like the DC guys.
The Micro Machine Star Wars figures back in the day were awesome.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. And they sell for a lot on the secondary market.
A lot of them do. There's a lot of rare ones that are out there that are good collectible. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I am definitely excited about this because I love stuff like this.
Because it's Boba Fett.
Yes, it is. Oh, now I got to admit, this is my new favorite droid, Lola.
They wasted no time making this thing, did they?
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're ready to roll this
They
time.
had this already planned, and I actually think it's a really cute droid, and I'm definitely going to buy it when it drops.
So what did you think of batteries not included? Big fan?
Yeah.
Johnny 5.
Nah, I'm actually surprised that they really dropped this really quick. You know, the droid stuff, but we'll talk about this later on in the review. But
yeah. I
like this droid. It's cute.
Oh, I think I don't have the version where Marco pulled this out, so we don't know what this one is.
Oh, I'll say it. So we showed that last night too on last night's show, but this is the Bandai Samurai Jabba the Hutt's palace throne that they're coming out with, and it is the reminiscent of a samurai, which I think this is really badass, and I think this would really look good in my my shelf when it does come out.
Yeah, and hopefully it comes with all the stuff because we were trying to scramble.
I know you couldn't tell. I don't know if it's if that.
You mean the box would look good on your shelf, Dom? Because you're not opening it.
No, don't worry. I'm getting more risky opening toys, so it's my old age. But this is really cool.
Or is it the damaged packaging when you get stuff shipped?
Damaged packaging, right? Open it. Exactly. Those son of a bitches. But yeah, this is awesome, and I'm looking forward to this. I will definitely pre-order it when it drops. There you go. Go to the next one.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, this is pretty cool.
Now that's cool. Lego is coming out with a beat. Was it the BT? Was it
BD5?
BD5, yeah. From
I can't remember the number. BD1.
Yeah, BD1 from is this the? I don't know if this is the from the Book of Boba Fett or it was from Fallen Order. This is one from Book of Boba Fett, I believe.
Yeah, this one might be the one that was. Which I thought was a BD1, but it's not. So I don't know what number.
But this is pretty cool. You know, I actually like this droid too. I hope they make a Funko Pop in this droid too, and I'll definitely pick it up. So I have to like droids now a lot more. Now the cute droids.
I see a lot of these sitting on the shelves for months. I don't see too many people.
Yeah, you know what? But who cares? It's something. It's cute. It's cute, you know, to have. You know, that's what Star Wars is about, droids. Now this dropped Hot Toys. Oh my God. They're starting to make vehicles for their scale. And this is badass because if you look in the background of the picture on the bottom corner, look at the other things they're coming out with. Eventually.
Which one do you want to focus it on first?
Well, the bike.
Just the bike. We'll go to the bike up top here.
This is badass. If you have the room, this is badass.
How big is this?
So think about the Razor Crest when it came out, how big the Razor Crest is. Mm-hmm. This is 12-inch scale. So
wait, this is 112?
112, yes. This is going to be
one, but that's kind of small then.
No, it's going to be it's going to be
like 112 would be like 6 inches.
No, well, think about the Razor Crest was 32 inches.
Okay.
Picture that. Bike.
How big is the figure? Is it a
12
inch figure?
Okay. So the figure's 112. So it's like a 1/6 scale then.
Yeah, 1/6 scale, yeah. So here it goes. I see 1/6 scale speed set. This is badass. And more clones. We always can use more clones. And
there's just the figure. And then I kind of like this little singular.
Yeah, listen, when they show that means it's coming out soon. That's going to be another. Oh my God, they're making vehicles for these things, man.
So the vehicles don't come with their own figure, right? You have to buy.
Yeah, they come with the figure. They come with the figure.
They do? Okay.
And I think that they'll make the figure single too.
Oh yeah, I see
it. These are for display, right? They're not action figures.
No, they're coming. This is coming. This is the what they're making in 12-inch.
No. What he's saying? It's not. Is it more as a statue or is it a posable?
No, it's a toy. It's a toy.
It's a toy.
Fully posable. Yeah. Figures. It's fully posable. It's like the hot toy. Yeah, I just got the.
The super expensive.
I mean, it's a toy, but it's not like a Black Series. It's like
it's like a
Black Series.
It's not something you really play with. It's something
you put it away in your shelf, but you could pose them and you could do scenes with them. This is about a $600 toy. This is $600.
Doll. This is a doll.
Ooh, $6.
It's grown man Barbie. Be careful. Shh. Now this is awesome. I can't wait. This is really one of the highlights. There's a lot more. Next week we'll discuss a lot more of the other ones that dropped.
My buddy at Celebration said the bike was about 18 inches, he thinks.
About 18 inches, yeah. It's big.
Yeah.
This is a big mofo.
There's a joke there, but it's not appropriate for YouTube. All right.
Okay, now this was a silver. I have this, the color version, the one I showed it to you a couple of weeks ago that I got. So this was a special edition silver variant that you could only get the voucher ticket at Celebration to get. And a friend of mine, MJ, who was at Celebration, got me the voucher ticket, sent it to me, and I sent it out and I put it in and I got it. This is coming sometime next week for me right now, and I'm very happy.
I was gonna say sometime next week, not like
sometime next week. It actually, I'm surprised they have it, but they also have a contest, a 27-inch bust that you can win. It's one of one.
What?
So
what is it, life size?
Yeah, 27 inch. It's really cool. But I'm happy to get this because this is the variant, and you can only get it at the con by getting that voucher.
Well, even with the voucher, I'm just curious, how much is it since this one's limited?
Oh, this is like 180.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't just pay 180 because you need the voucher to get on to the sideshow to get it.
Well, hey, nickel and dime you for everything.
And now I am very happy about this because, believe it or not, these look better than the actual freaking goddamn Inquisitors on the TV show. But I'm surprised they really dropped the Inquisitors quicker than any of the figures, and they put them out, all of them. Even the fifth sister? What's this? That cheap?
Fifth.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna get all of these when they drop. Black Series, I'm happy about this. And for all those vintage people out there, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize to those scum. Don't apologize to those scum. No, don't apologize to them.
But this is cool. Do we have another one? Is it? Oh, and
we got two more. There's one more after this.
All right, now we all know this is the artillery trooper that they showed in the episode when Boba Fett came back. But it's a repainted helmet. It's repainted from the The fire
these I feel like it's not.
They all are just repaints.
Yeah, they all repaints. And if you're a helmet collector, by all means, I'm not.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you're what you collect, that's what you collect.
It's not for me. Exactly.
Unnecessary to me.
Put it on a spike.
I'm surprised they haven't come out with a regular stormtrooper helmet like this on a spike.
Yeah.
To display.
Not yet.
Or one that you could paint yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, a paint yourself kit. That's
like the
really
Mandalorian.
That would be pretty cool.
That are on the spikes in Mandalorian. I'm surprised they haven't come out with that yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty cool.
I'm surprised they haven't done that Vader project stuff with stormtroopers helmets yet.
They
probably
did.
Have they did?
They did. It was in Chicago.
Now this is shit. Which I say it's shit because this was good with Boba Fett. It wasn't good with Chewbacca. Actually, it was good with with Vader. But then you had Chewbacca.
The card back is cool.
You had Boba Fett, you have Chewbacca, now you have Luke.
I'll give you that. The card back is cool, but
the card back is cool. Don't get me wrong. But I think it's enough. I think that they should have stopped at Chewbacca. They shouldn't even did a Chewbacca.
They should have stopped at Vader.
They had a stormtrooper. They should have stopped at the stormtrooper. There you go. The stormtrooper should have been the last one. That was it. But for all those completionists out there that want all these things, by all means.
Are they going to have multiple versions?
They're going to have multiple versions.
Like
it's going to be different color switching. Yes.
Yeah. The purple head, the green head, the blue head, the yellow head, and all that stuff like that they usually have. Mm-hmm. But
oh man, that's hardcore.
That's just.
Hey Dom, does the color of the head always match the color of the lightsaber?
You know what? I think so. I think the lightsaber is going to be a different color. Yes. With this,
I didn't know if you're doing a carpets and drapes joke there.
I was being sarcastic.
No, it's true. But the lightsaber is actually going to change.
I let that joke pass. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, that's it. That was the 10. That was
the last one. Okay. So that was the top 10 this week. Next week we got a lot more. There's a lot more toys that dropped. So
add in a bunch more stuff.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to run through the trailers of Andor and Bad Batch real quickly, and then we will switch over to the Obi Wan review, just so everybody knows where we're at. Andor, holy shit, this was good. Started off good. We got the guy pulling two hammers, doing a little pose, starts slamming on the rock. His name's the Time Grappler. There's a little bit. He's grunting there. Look at him grunt. So nice. Same planet. It looks like, so once again, as you know, when we do trailers, I try to take all the images that are in similar spots, not meaning that they're all at the same episode, but usually if you see the same background, they usually are around the same time. So I did that with this too. You see a young Castor, looks like he's hiding from some troopers. This is a different town now too. You see this guy here, they'll name him in a bit, and he's running. It's very interesting because I tried to slow it down and blow it up, but you couldn't see. They all got these little pendant signals on their lapels. Kid's there, he's like, his name is Samuel Pak. He goes, go on, go. And then he starts doing his little drummer beat. Now, this is obviously a different city than the previous one. This lady is just chilling in this one. Looks like, oh man, she's playing cards or reading her phone. No, she's actually giving the dirty look. She's giving her the stanky to the troopers. And like, you're just getting the feeling that something's about to pop off. We will see this girl again, at this point, she's in that same part. These Imperial officers that they have right now, I think they name them later, but this one looks like he's infatuated with something. So it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a love story a love triangle between this young lady and
the Rebel and the Imperial.
Yeah, and the Imperial. That's what we're getting. Here he is without his helmet, and you can see he's really giving the stare down. Like, what does she see in this man?
Bad element from the other side of the tracks.
They are doing a lot of stuff. Like I actually was surprised at how far they're going in with like urban warfare. This car scene and what they were doing in these city streets is very eerily similar to that. He jumps out. It's like, I can't believe it. She's all injured, but you do see his boot behind her. So once again, I think he's still doing something there. They have this little flashback thing with all these kids. They're looking up. I believe this is a young Cassidy, and that's a young whatever her name is. Doing a little smiley. They see this Cassian. They see the little ship crashing. This is very interesting. So on an island at one point, we do know this about this show. So it starts off with him. He doesn't originally want to go to the rebels. He's turned that way. I believe it's because of that young lady. This lady shows up a little bit too. There, if you look at right here, this character, I'll blow him up in a little bit because he walks away. And they're on an island, and when a ship's coming over and they start hearing the banging, you see them run for the guns. It's this guy right here. When we turn him around, there he is. That sure as hell looks like Andor again. So
yeah, it does.
there you go. So he's doing his training. They're hiding the guns, which is, kind of very militia-like. We get to see a lot of white rooms. They're getting fat. The overlays are saying like they're so proud of themselves. They're so fat and satisfied. I mean, they're not pulling any punches. We apparently get the Wrath for some reason, but I guess maybe the Hulk will jump out of there or the Thunderbolt or something.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah. I mean, just overall,
the visuals
were great in this. You see, obviously, this is somebody undercover. I think it might be actually Luther. We'll get into it in a little bit. He gives a little nod eye. I know a lot of people were saying that this might be Cassian, but because of the scene that came next. But if you look at the cockpit in here, one, it's a lot bigger than a TIE fighter. And two, there's a second seat. I don't think that's him.
That's not a TIE fighter.
These are the new vehicles. Lego actually came out with one of these, which is kind of cool. This is another planet. This actually looks like what's the heck's the planet that Han's from, where they have the shipyard?
Corellia?
Yeah, it looks like Corellia a little bit. It definitely looks like they're doing recycling. They're building ship in the background. They're building. Well, it looks like the ship things right here. Like there's a shipbuilding
thing. What about the
thing.
prison planet that what's his face? Bill Burr was on when they got him.
Maybe. But this looks like more. This looked more industrial. I'm not saying it's that. I'm not saying it's Corellia. I'm just saying that they're having
it could be a junkyard though. Could be.
Yeah. A junkyard because there's there's definitely some ship going on, and obviously this apparently is the new droid they're going to be pushing, the penis and balls droid. So there you go.
Stumpy.
I don't know. So we know because of the Lego leaks that that Luthen here is like he is the sidekick to Andor. Like those two guys are going to be on the same team, doing a lot of the same stuff. You see him looking over that shipyard we just showed you a little bit.
He's the guy that was in Rogue One. He was in Rogue One with Cassian Andor.
Yeah, and this is like their story. So they're going to be spending a lot of time together. We get a character named Marva, and she looks like she's a YouTuber, and she's out here giving like little YouTube speeches about the reckoning's coming. She got her little lights going on here and everything else. And then, of course,
it's Harry Potter's aunt.
She was crazy in True Blood or something like that. Or what was that? What she was in True Blood?
I think she was in that too. I think of her as Harry Potter's aunt.
I like True Blood. That was cool.
Fucking A.
Yeah, a lot of titties.
Yep. Krennic's daughter?
Maybe. No. He doesn't have a daughter, actually. His backstory is he's single. He's very jealous. Actually, he's very jealous of Stardust.
And his career was his life.
Yeah. There you
go. Then you get the Mon overlays, too. So I put those together. They're everywhere. Like, this is really cool and creepy. Like, they even have her in the car, like, with the people watching her. And she then does a Lincoln commercial. And the next to her is Matthew McConaughey.
Rolling her boogie in her fingers.
Yeah. So that was the end of it. But holy shit, was it
pretty good. This is going to be a sleeper. The sleeper.
I agree. I liked it. I was looking forward to this one. Because they could do anything. There's so many different things they could do.
Yes.
Yeah, best Star Wars trivia. Single people can make it. That's not what I was saying. Wait, if you read the books, he's very isolated, and he obsesses over what's her name's mom. Next up, so that was a cool one. I don't know anybody that didn't like that. Like JJ mentioned it early on, they're using the stage stuff. I think it's great. I do like that they're using
not using the stage, not using the
or not using as much of the stagecraft.
Yeah,
and you could tell that in that one scene where she's running in that street. There was a big difference in like the way things looked. It was kind of off. That was the only thing I saw off on this whole thing to me. Did you guys notice that?
Oh, the two scenes when the girl was running in the streets?
Yeah, watch. You even kind of see it in the picture. It almost felt like Boba Fett type shit. Right there. Right there. It made me feel like reminded me of the Vespas.
Well, we don't want more of that.
No, and it looked like that kind of. They didn't use the greatest cameras. It felt like in some of the Boba Fett stuff, and
so they did use some of the star crafting, and you can kind of see the things that are done through it. But some of the other stuff they did that was pretty good. I mean, all in all, I don't think anybody can complain about this. And it looks like they're. I mean, I don't mind that they do.
Some of it you need it. They're not building that.
So you're gonna get to see his planet get destroyed.
Maybe.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You mean this little one where there are kids sitting on it?
Well, he's going to leave that life, whatever that is.
Yeah, I mean, I think they said that's kind of what.
Dude, it kind of looked like Luke's planet where he was building his temple.
You know what it reminded me of was Mad Max in the Thunderdome when he ends up going to the kids and they think he's the pilot.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so I thought it was super good. Does anybody disagree with Andor saying it's super good?
No, I'm excited.
I'm giving it an A+ already. I think it's going to be awesome.
It's a series nobody talked about until now.
Yep.
Well, we said it was done. That's what we said. We said it was done. All right, so here's Omega's new outfit. She's got a helmet. Yay! So Omega now has got a helmet, and that's the thing.
She's riding the bus, though.
They are going to go back. She creeps into the Senate, and they do a little speech, which is kind of cool. They are fighting the crabs, and these are their new uniforms.
You know what? I think those crabs could be just alien life form. I don't think that's the bad guys. I think it's just...
They appear to be shooting at them, so...
Yeah, an alien species that they're fighting on. But...
Yeah, it could just be a job, a mission.
Okay. Yep, that's what I took it as too. Yep. It's just they're doing something going.
Yeah, it's a one-off
That's
thing.
kind of a better picture of their full-on... They gave her like the Muna Endor
Endor helmet. Yeah.
And
I actually like the color of the uniform, the armor they got on.
It's supposed to be battle damaged, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying, but like it looks like they repainted it too for some
At the very
reason.
least, it doesn't look like they're still walking around in the same armor they were wanted in forever.
Right. Maybe they painted different for that
It's
reason.
like they decided to change their clothes this time.
No, because at the beginning, Sid is talking to them, about the things.
Well, they're probably having to piece part a bunch of shit out.
Yeah. So she says, like, yeah, you could probably have true freedom and everything like that. Sid does and gets him going. They apparently are going to save some miners, and those are the miners.
Are those the kids from Temple of Doom?
Yes, the kids from Temple. It's a double entendre. It's miners as in that's their job, and miners as in younglings.
Yeah, that's young Boba. That's young Boba right there.
That's right. He's right. I see young Boba right there. That is right. Okay. And then they're apparently they're going to run to bounty hunters too. And then everybody's excited because they're bringing this Wookiee back, who was one of the Wookiees that was training and didn't actually end up dying. Yeah.
That's cool. Definitely cool.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of Wookiees coming out. Wookiees are big, I guess. They're in season.
Yeah, the Wookiees.
I'm just thinking, like, who?
What?
Like, who this little Wookiee is going to end up being? I mean, there's no
end up being dead.
Jedi at this point.
He's going to end up being dead, and the people are going to cry on the internet, and they're going to show you.
Some Inquisitor's going to come and just take him out?
Probably.
No, he's
that's the time we're in. Like, they're getting,
Commander Cody.
86 is long over. Like,
you got Commander Cody.
Spoiler alert: he's dead. But it'll be fun to have one around. And that was Bad Batch. I mean, there's a little bit more to it, but that pretty much was the gist of it. We kind of covered Tales already. These were the clip scenes that we can actually use. Baby Ahsoka. Then, you get
a young Dooku.
Oh, yeah. We didn't cover it over there. We get a Yaddle. It looked like we got a Yaddle in it, which will be fun. I mean, who doesn't want more Yaddle? Obviously, that wasn't there. This is a rendition, supposedly. It's Mace fighting with Dooku. And they end up going so bad that at one point Mace has to tell Dooku like he needs to stop because he's heard the clones and stuff like that.
That was pretty cool.
And then this is supposed to be a rendition of another scene that we're going to get off of very quickly. But as you can see from the lightsaber, the mask that everybody thought it was there, it does look very much like Inquisitor lightsaber. That's why, again, we're thinking it's very inquisitorial. Burned down dead bodies of clones in the background. Now, there was a scene that did look like it was in the in-between. Sorry, we have to get off of that before we get in trouble for it. But there did look like a scene on the in-between where you never know what's going to happen. Since it's Dave, he might actually bring it back. I doubt he does. But
yeah.
it wouldn't be.
You know what's a little bit funny is, so remember in Visions they had an Inquisitor. Now Visions isn't canon, obviously, but the Inquisitor in Visions was a droid.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
So.
It is interesting.
Could be a new character made up because like to make new characters.
That's interesting. Why are we saying this now?
Well,
I don't get the point.
Well, I'm saying that could be a droid, just from the mask.
Yeah, with the mask.
Maybe.
You don't know what's under the mask. Yeah. Possible.
Okay, maybe. We saw some motion that didn't look droid-esque. It looked a little bit.
Takes the mask off and it's a Ronin character from Visions, and Jedi will love every moment of it.
Well, I mean, in theory, like Grievous wasn't technically a droid, but basically a droid.
But as much as I love the Mad storyline, like I'm glad this is what they're giving us. I'm glad that they're going back to Rebels / Clone Wars and not going to something like Resistance, take point, or even Bad Batch for that matter. And I'm glad that Dave was like, "Yeah, I'm going to do it." Not that I'm not busy, like he joked about it, but he's like, I gave it my all, and I already had some of these stuff written out. So we're going to get the same quality stuff that we've always gotten out of that. And obviously it's going to be a hit. You know what I mean? And they're going to go back to some of those Clone War characters. Obviously, if we're doing, young Tano and stealing little kids from parents. And then it'll be interesting to see what they do with Yaddle. Like, I think the character's hilarious, but I'm not quite sure everybody does. So I don't know who's screaming for Yaddle, but
well, you know,
Yaddle.
We're getting more Wookiees, more Yoda species. You know, they want to do that because there's only 3 of them now. Yaddle, Yoda, and Grogu.
So there's one more than there used to
be. What?
He says one more than there used to be.
Yeah, because there used to be 2. Now there's 3.
Yeah, now there's 3. They added Grogu. So anyway,
there's like 5, right?
We'll probably cover all the game stuff a little bit more in detail next week too. We got a lot of stuff to go through. What were we doing with 5 now? What are we multiplying? Are we using eggs?
Well, Grogu had to come from somewhere, so I just
assumed. A lab. We don't know. You're right. So did Yoda, and so did Yaddle, I guess. So there we could have 8, 9. Officially in canon, we have 3. Okay.
They live in a locker on Coruscant.
Oh, good Lord. All right.
You want me to just start going, and you just want to go?
Yeah, go. Oh, going back to the temple. That was awesome. First time we actually get to see real live Clone War or Clone Troopers, right?
66.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to see Order 66. That's the first time you actually saw, because they CGI'd all that crap in the original, so it wasn't actually human actors.
So, what did you guys think of the previously on? That little montage they did.
I like that trilogy. I like it.
I liked it. I thought it was good. I almost wonder if that's something that we may see more going forward as they bring in different aspects of Obi's story. Could every episode have something like that to kind of bring people back up to speed on the story?
Well, they normally do that, don't they? For a recap.
No, he's not talking about
of the trilogies.
You're saying like of all the. I think they're only going to do that for the first one.
Yeah, for that first episode.
I think so too. But I think it would be interesting if they did it every time.
That would be bad. Yeah, I think it's just a tone a little bit.
Well, Jedi, you can bet on that later if you want.
Oh, we have a new game, by the way.
I have no idea. You guys changed this. Never mind. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. So just real quick, I only included this slide because, and Marco probably went over a little bit earlier when he was doing the trailer, but only reason to turn on captions if you ever rewatch or watch something twice for Star Wars stuff, because you get to learn things like names.
Velty.
You figured out who that Jedi Master was by watching the captions. So.
Velveeta.
Okay, so everybody's asking who Revis is, and there she is right there.
Yeah, we'll get to it later.
Well, okay, sorry. How are we getting to late? Oh, look at that. We know this is most apps because of the ship that's crashed, right? It's the Ballinger Sarge over there in the background.
10 years later.
Well, 10 years. It's kind of funny. 10 years later, how old is Reva then?
Well, how 10 years older than she was?
I know. 10 years, I know. Was she like 8 at the temple? Or younger?
I don't know. I didn't check her age.
I don't think it's a big point in the TV show of Obi Wan, but are you saying it's not screen accurate, Dom?
I don't know.
Kind of like that look right there.
Like the head.
Dude, the head is so bad. These fucking Inquisitors, God, they how do you screw that shit up?
This guy was the worst Jedi. I don't care if he's like an escaped youngling or like,
I know.
Really? Worst?
the worst.
Nari.
That's a bold
Nari.
statement.
What?
Like, why don't I just run around the galaxy, like, you know, basically exposing myself all over the way, even though I'm supposed to be in hiding, and then at the same time also
Don't say
seek
it
out
like
other
that.
Jedi and get them in trouble.
Out there exposing himself.
Damn you, Nari.
You thought he was bad? I thought he was all right.
That was all right. You know, it's just the
Plot point. Go ahead, Dub.
I'm just saying. Go on. Continue. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, I just say it's a good plot point. Yeah.
I did like this part.
You
Yeah.
did?
Brandon. Yeah.
I did like this part where he stops her from.
Yep. Stops him. From,
Also, kind of shows that besides her aggression thing, but it shows that I think he's stronger than her.
So is this where you wanted to get to it?
Yes. So that's the first thing on the left is the first thing you see in the series, which is that youngling right there, which is probably is it Reva or Reva? Yeah. Reva. So it's probably Reva.
I would agree that that's what they're trying to aim at.
Yeah.
And the reason why is I think her story with the obsession with Obi is because it's his voice that left the message, and that she feels that he was telling everybody just to abandon them and not get him out, and that's where she's going to go with it.
But yet she wants to impress the guy who went in and slaughtered all the little kids.
But they ran from the temple, right? So that doesn't really make any sense.
She does.
I think there's got to be something deeper in there, but than just that.
No, I think it's that he didn't come back and save them. They ran from the temple. That doesn't mean I'm willing to bet that you're going to see some of them get slaughtered because of running from the temple. So, and I think she's going to blame it.
You know, people in the
well,
chat
I think she may have that like feeling of abandonment or whatever.
No, but I think that because he told the other Jedis not to go back there,
not to go back.
They would have gone back. They could have saved.
But they fled from the temple. Why would that matter to her? Is what I'm saying. Like, she's not going back to the temple.
Well, she probably feels that she was abandoned. The Jedi abandoned.
Yeah, I think it was more like a general abandonment thing.
That Obi Wan told them to abandon. If you have these very powerful forces of all these master Jedi that these kids are supposed to be looking up to, and somebody goes, "Hey, leave these kids alone. Let them fend for themselves, and don't go back to help them." Yeah, you're going to be a little bent out of shape.
Yeah, it wasn't Yoda who made that call.
Yeah, it wasn't Yoda. It was Obi Wan.
It wasn't Mace. It was Obi Wan.
That's why she has
actually. Fun fact: it was actually Kanan.
Okay, yeah. All right, keep going.
It's Kanan's idea. There he is finally, at like 15 minutes into the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry, real quick. In the chat, they're saying that her acting is terrible.
I agree. It wasn't very good.
No, I agree too, but think about this. The acting was terrible in New Hope. The acting was terrible in Return. The acting is terrible in Star Wars periods a lot of times. So basically...
I'm going to disagree.
Because acting was terrible in a movie 40 years ago. It doesn't
45 years ago.
I know, but today I understand where they're coming from, but she felt stiff.
It wasn't just her. All the Inquisitors felt like they were overacting. They were trying to overacting for a lack of being able to.
Yes,
I know you trashed him, but I didn't think the guy that played the Grand Inquisitor. I know he was trying to emulate
dog shit.
You know, well, he's trying to emulate Rebels.
That's a bit harsh.
So can I'm just going to say, I think that I'm going to disagree with the chat. I thought she was actually pretty good because she's supposed to be playing a character that you hate, and I can tell you right now, I hated her.
I hated her, but I also hated the acting. It was kind of hammy and overly done.
A couple of times, I'll give you that. Yeah, there are a few moments.
I think she was playing the type of. I think she was playing the character that she was dealt. I think that's.
We can get to it.
Impulsive.
We can get to it more as we go into the review, but I think it also didn't fit Star Wars very well the way she played the character.
Queen Latifah. Well, anyway, look, Ewan McGregor did a great job. I can honestly say that he felt good.
Zaggy.
Hey,
Zaggy, get out of here. Hey, no, this is okay. So if you ever see the guy who plays the Grand Inquisitor, he talks, he acts exactly everyday life. It's not like he's acting here. It literally, that's how he is. So it's like, yo, you didn't even try acting. And by the way, Zaggy, If you want to know my opinion, I'm not quite sure you ever fucking saw Rebels.
I'm with you, Ryan.
Probably Grand Inquisitor acts. That's what I'll leave you with. So good luck with that one.
Anyway, so we're just skipping over thieving Obi-Wan, right?
Oh my god, this is what we're doing with the thieving of the
Robin meat.
All right, keep going.
He did it
Well,
every day.
I was curious, where's the meat coming from?
The whale.
Whale.
Space whale.
So that was a freshly killed whale.
AJ, right? We agree it's a space whale, correct?
No, I don't know how that meat's not rotten. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because they're going back day after day.
Saying that it was some space whale and from
they actually call it
ancient space whale, but that meat was fresh. I don't understand.
Space whales from Rebels, the ones that can. Jesus.
Oh, you think of the Purgles? But they do call it whale meat. If you watch with the audio description, they do say whale meat.
But that could be because it originally was sea. So, like, there's two theories: either it's a space whale because it's called whale meat, or
if it was originally sea. How long ago and how old is that thing?
The sea
Star Wars, bro.
No, listen, Tatooine was a sea millions of years ago, or thousands of years ago.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So you're harvesting a 1,000-year-old animal that still somehow has meat on it.
Maybe Dwayne's got it. Maybe it's jerky.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. That and what kind of operation do they run where they do? You know what? Burp, clock out time. Everybody, just peace out. Just leave everything you're doing where it was.
Leave the meat to rot in the sun.
How do you cover it up and have the Tusken
Raiders?
Star Wars.
Shift the meat. All right.
What about the Tusken Raiders? They're probably going over there grabbing stuff too.
I know Marco's covering his eyes, but I'm saying it's not that hard to say, well, we got another shift coming in, and they move new people in.
Dude, you complained the fuck out of Boba Fett and all the little bullshit they put in there, like Dancing with Wolves and Back of Tanks.
That was a story.
I complained about that, and I'm complaining about this because it's not like they showed it to us once. They showed us day after day. This is how this operation runs. It made no sense.
Maybe this is a double episode review. Let's not try to get too far.
I know. Let's move it on.
Overall, it was a great episode. I can honestly say that.
I thought this. Do you guys think this is his old droid that he just?
Yeah, I think this is the little maroon.
That he turned it into a security system, more or less.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the maroon in the wires there.
Huh? All right.
This little droid. All right, R2 is like a maroon and
next.
Look, I see the
maroon. It's a red wire. There's a red wire. There's a blue wire.
It's not red. It's maroon. It's
maroon
to his droid, just like his ship.
Oh my god.
Probably buried under the sand.
I like this part. Interaction.
I thought it was cool. Yeah.
Jawa. I can't remember the Jawa's name now all of a sudden, but yeah. Good.
Especially that I stole from him. That was pretty funny.
Also, it was a good way to put to say, oh, the Inquisitor, it's a good way for him to find that out without getting overly too much exposition sometimes when you're having a conversation like that. But it was a good way to do it. And they didn't have weird Jawa sex jokes like some shows do.
Fur. Very fur.
Then we had the nightmares.
Was anybody else afraid we were going to see Obi-Wan riding his creature across the desert for 5 minutes?
We did, but not much.
A little bit.
Not that long. Yeah. I was a little bit afraid when they first showed that. I was like, oh god.
I know. It's like, damn, here we go again.
Cue up the music.
But no Qui-Gon. We
there's
were.
only so much.
Everybody was wondering about is he going to communicate with Qui-Gon? That didn't happen. Not yet.
Hey, if you have one nightmare or one flashback, you can have another one. I think he is at the end. I think at the end or something.
Yeah, I'm not saying he won't happen. I'm just saying it didn't happen yet.
Creeper Obi-Wan just with his binoculars watching a little kid.
Little boy.
So this is a little change up for the comics because it wasn't supposed to be the toy, but it was supposed to be the parts for the ship.
Was that your complaint about canon changing? Was that?
They changed it. They still changed it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What a nitpick complaint. You know about other people nitpicking whale meat. Come on.
Yeah. Look, I can be honest with you. I can tell you this. Look, there's only so much you could do working around the original trilogy. We can honestly say that. That's why you want to stay away from the original trilogy, because these are little things that people do find annoying and aggravating that they do.
Well, it didn't have anything to do with the trilogy. That was not a comic book. Right?
I know comic book, but it's still look.
Yeah.
No, it's irrelevant in my mind. I don't care.
It doesn't bother me.
Oh, that's.
I didn't give it a second thought.
You're caring about whale meat. This also didn't make sense either.
Hey,
this is kind of weird.
Kenobi. No, I'm Ben.
Yeah. I'm Ben.
Yeah.
Well, first off, how did he find him? Was he tracking him down like in the
Maybe it's a good tracker.
Because this seems like it happened. He was traveling like in the middle of the desert when he just found him.
Like, hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? Oh, cool.
Well, not to get too far ahead, but apparently everybody can find him except for the Inquisitors. Apparently,
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. Of course, he proves to be the worst Jedi again by like saying, not only is he showing everyone his lightsaber apparently that he carries around, but he gives a big speech about, "Hey, you were a great Jedi once," and Obi Wan has to tell him about 18 times, like, "Shut up and keep your head down." But
yeah, go get lost, man. We lost.
I know what he said, so I was still okay with it. It was just awkward and weird how he just showed up somehow, and the Inquisitors who are looking everywhere for Jedi don't seem to be able to find him, but he's like, and then go back to the town. Why would you even say go back? Like, why don't you say just get off planet?
There's going to be a reason. He's important. I guarantee they'll have a story on him based on who he was and how he was able to track Obi-Wan.
No,
they won't.
Not how they quickly ended that. They won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say that her is younger than 10.
Awesome. The little girl, Leah, was awesome.
It was absolutely.
She was, but I thought she was younger than 10. So when she said she was 10, it threw me off.
Yeah.
And there's my favorite droid.
Born, she'd be 10.
What's that?
10 years after she's born.
I know she's. I'm just saying the actress, like following the
Yeah,
actress,
she doesn't
not paying
look-
attention to the fucking
She's
title
a little
card
bit younger.
10 years later that I forgot 20 minutes into the show.
I don't know how old the actual actress is. I don't
You guys
know.
hang out with a bunch of 10-year-olds?
Yeah, my
I
son's
don't know
9.
kids'
I'm like,
ages
this little
that
girl's
much.
older than my son? I don't think so.
Hey, but she's more mature. You can honestly say that.
I know. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I thought she was a very, very.
You're
intelligent
really getting
and
hung up on
smart
the little
girl.
things
I liked
here.
her. I thought she was just a smart little kid.
Whatever,
that was
we'll
younger
meet.
than 10.
Okay, well, I know
Anyway.
9-year-olds, and she could be 9. So there you go. All right. Next up,
thought
I thought she was
you
really
had
good. I thought they did an awesome job.
No, I'm not getting a Vespa tat. There you go.
Lars was okay. The back and forth was fine.
Angry Lars.
Actually, there's a pretty good conversation between them. I like that. You know.
Yeah. Wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Episode 1 was good. Now this is kind of stupid, but whatever. Overacting. I guess maybe because it was overacting.
Well, his acting was good.
No, his
His
acting
acting was
was
good. I think
Yeah,
the
he's
situation-
badass.
Kept saying like, "I'm gonna kill your family."
Yeah, the situation was a bit.
And then they threw the hollow puck
exaggerated.
down to stop it. It was just dumb. It just played out dumb. Unfortunately, because his acting was really good, but it just, yeah.
And then they had Han coming in, going like, "What the fuck, man?"
He looks like shit too.
Yo, that rubber mask, the whatever they used, the makeup.
Well, again, they use practical effects, so
I know.
It looks like
It's not the rubber
Wicked
mat.
West
He
put
just
on a
looks
fucking-
smaller than I think he is. I think he's actually a pretty tall guy.
Yeah. Hey.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But it's kind of cool to see him in live action. You know what I'm saying?
It would have been cool if she, you know what would have been really cool there if she fucking Han Solo'd him. That would have been fun.
Jimmy Smith never gets
Kylo
old.
Ren him.
Come on.
Yep.
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
Yeah, it's good to see Jimmy Smith back.
Exactly.
I knew
He
it
was awesome.
We all knew it was kind of coming, but
It was like he looked old. Well, yeah, he's fucking old. Yeah,
Yeah, he is
He's in
old.
his
He-
60s.
he is
Or
old.
70s.
yeah,
yeah. And
they
he's
tried to
old.
make him look a little bit younger. I think with the hair
I
and stuff.
did too. Yeah,
I mean,
We tried.
really
but-
not.
it didn't bother me too much.
I appreciate, as a father of a smart ass daughter, I appreciated this whole sequence with him. And
Yeah.
the young.
Yes.
And it's still 10 years after we saw him last, so you can accept a little bit
Yeah.
aging.
And
the,
I know we've
I
talked
just
about the
Googled
acting
it.
a lot already, but like to me, this is where it really brings it home as far as like you have what seems like a much more experienced cast in like Book of Boba Fett, where the acting actually seems on point, at least for a lot of the characters.
Look, not for anything. Reva, I
Hey.
can honestly say one thing about Reva. The acting was kind of like her acting,
Why are
but
we going back to that?
she's-
We're talking
she
about
is
Jimmy
bad,
Smith.
but she is badass.
Because of this.
I see.
I mean, I don't think her
Hey,
line-
by the way, the child actor that played Leia is 10 years old.
There you go.
Okay.
So
There you
they
go.
cast the right age.
There you go.
9 or 10. There you go. They casted as exactly as she is. Okay.
There you go. They casted it
Why
as.
are we talking about 10-year-olds? Let's move along, please. All right.
It was a topic.
This
I
next
signed
slide's for
over all of
Jedi.
this along.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes, that was C-3PO.
Yes,
for
it was.
anybody.
Yes, it was. Anybody that says it's not is insane.
It was a C-3PO. I
R2D2
thought a
was
Jedi
great
in a
too,
heartbeat when I
so.
saw that.
All right.
He's a protocol droid. He's right where he belonged.
This is it. This conversation happens
A little heart to heart.
3
I
times
like
a
it.
day, every day.
Mhm.
So, yeah. There you go.
Maybe this too also made me.
What did you guys think about the?
It looks like
so
she's 2
they
feet tall next to Jimmy Smith, who's like a giant.
What do you guys think? Does the family seemingly knows that she's adopted, right? Because even the annoying cousin was like, "Yeah, you're not really one of us."
Yeah. So they know it wasn't. They know what happened at the end, But
they just know that she's adopted.
Yeah, they don't know she's
a
Skywalker.
Well,
exactly.
You'd assume it's the sister's family, right? This is what we're saying. That was.
Yeah. Yes.
And you would assume that this is what?
Even at the end of Revenge of the Sith, Bale says that he and his wife had been considering adopting a female child. Mm-hmm. So it's not. It wouldn't be any
just
surprise.
Think once Alderaan got destroyed, the cousin is gone. So don't worry about it.
Like a billion people wiped out, but at least got rid of that annoying cousin.
So the kid is a little bit of a prick. Doesn't mean deserve to get blown up.
That's where I have a little bit of a problem. The writing that they did for Revis, people can say she overacted, but the writing in the lines.
Darrell Revis was just.
Or Reva, what's her name? What is her name? The third sister.
Reva.
Yeah,
Reva.
Okay, whatever. The lines are not good. They're not good. But this part here, they're not good.
I don't know about that.
They are not good.
Dude, you think about it, like the weird threat she was making. I'm gonna kill your family and your farm. Like, yeah, it was a bit.
Yeah,
I think it was more. In my opinion, granted, I'm not a Hollywood director or anything, but in my opinion, it was more of a.
Thank you, Patrick.
Delivery of the lines than it was the lines themselves. But
well, I would disagree with you there. I think.
Can I ask a quick question before we move on from this one? And it's something I've thought of, but you guys know more than I do. Do we know that Bale was on Alderaan when it was blown up? We don't know that, do we?
I have no idea who was on Alderaan when they blew it up.
I think.
Yeah,
he could have been on Coruscant. I don't know. I think of that sometimes.
You just want to see him again.
Either way, what I'm saying though is like if you look at a lot of people that were in there that had great speeches, like he did and that little Leia did, they got great dialogues, and that was not the case with any of the Inquisitors, really.
Yeah. And this is Jedi short arm chased. Oh, we can't get her.
No, it's funny. Flee.
Well, there were a couple. It wasn't just this one. There was some later on with when the bounty hunter. There were some others. Where there
was what the fuck? Why is there a dinosaur in Star Wars?
I think they took that from Dr.
Again, let's go through the review.
We're still not halfway through.
They had a giant ant in Mandalorian.
Okay,
so
anyways, she gets kidnapped, and
I have a problem with this where she gets kidnapped, and the first person they go to is Obi because they are specifically told not to go to him. And
they said he was the last person they went to, though.
No, but the fact is,
they never went to Yoda. Go to fucking Yoda.
No, they said he was the last. I don't know where Yoda is.
The fuck?
Yeah, but they didn't know that.
They don't know that.
Obi-Wan is the only one that has connections with the Skywalker twins. So apparently the Skywalker twins are very important to Leia.
That's why they knew where to find him.
Do not contact each other for no motherfucking reasons. Oh, we tried contacting.
Wait, JJ, did he say that you're the last person that we come to? Because what I remember him saying is that you're the only one I trust.
Only person.
Well, yeah. They can't. They have reasons where they couldn't go to other people.
Yes.
No. They said they're only person. The one person they didn't say is like, "Yo, we couldn't contact Yoda, so we came to you." Okay, I'll be like, "Yeah, that's kind of bullshit," but I get it. But they didn't try to.
Dude, you're destroying this thing for no reason. You're thinking way too hard about it.
No, they should have contacted Yoda.
Who contacts Yoda? They don't even know where he is.
Yoda was the fucking guy that was like, "You go this way, you go that way. I'm in charge of all this shit."
No, that's true. We don't know at the end of
the only person they contacted was Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but
because they have a communicator to contact Obi-Wan.
Yes,
for an emergency.
Yeah, maybe Yoda didn't give him a burner phone so he can call him later.
Contact this motherfucker. The first
Yoda don't have the back phone or cell phone. Come on.
Well, so when you kidnap,
talk about whale meat because that's what you guys had a problem with. Okay. Next up.
Yeah, because that's logical. You're having a conniption.
You're having a logical breakdown over minor crap that it's ridiculous.
Jedi's with me. Jedi, please tell them. They said, don't do this. They didn't say we tried a bunch of people. They said the only person we tried was you.
Well, I don't know why they would go to Yoda because again, the end of, if I remember right, at the end of Revenge of the Sith, Yoda didn't say where he was going. that I recall.
Yeah.
They knew
Got
Ben was or Obi-Wan was going to be on Tatooine, so they would know where he kind of was.
Yeah, because he says, "I'll take the son
I'll
or the
watch over
boy
the
to his
boy,
family."
yeah.
No, Yoda tells him to take him to the family, doesn't he?
Yeah, but
Well, yeah,
Jimmy
but
Smith is
still.
sitting there when Yoda
He's
tells him to
there
take
when
him
he
to his
says
family.
Yeah, Yoda's in charge of some shit. All right, next up, let's go.
All I'm
right.
saying, it makes sense that there were to be a point of contact between these two because
No.
they were watching the
No,
siblings.
because they specifically said the point of splitting up these twins is so that you two never contact, so that it never gets linked up. So if one,
I don't even remember them saying that.
So if what he does,
Even if that's the case, one of them got fucking kidnapped.
so
Yeah.
let him die. No offense, but like if Leia died, that's the whole fucking point. The whole fucking point of splitting these two up is so that if one gets kidnapped, if one fucking dies, if Darth Vader shoves a lightsaber right up their woo-doos, one's dead, you still got
Right, how do we get? All right, now we're moving on.
There we go.
So do you think he did this to himself?
There you go, Nari. Done.
No,
He was killed by
Devin,
the
like hung himself. No, because he's not hanging himself. I think he's dead.
Yeah,
They
he's,
hung him up by
it's not
the-
around his throat. He's just
It's not around his neck.
I don't think they're gonna Disney show him, like as it said in the subtitles, that he's been hung.
You don't
why
see any
would he
lightsaber
hang
marks
himself?
either,
I think
so
they
that's
caught
kind
him.
of curious.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Maybe they used the force to break his neck. I have no idea. But
They
either which way, he's
force-choked him.
dead.
He got killed by the Inquisitors. There you go.
And there's the security system at work again.
Now somebody's in, yeah. And then
Somebody's
all
in
of a
the
sudden,
cave.
now all of a sudden he just doesn't know that he's on fucking Tatooine. He knows exactly where he's at. Like what the fuck?
He knows where he's
Yeah,
at.
I found that a little weird, but
Could he just track that thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the fucking preview 5 minutes in this fucking show where they literally said the recap that Jedi talked about? And in the fucking recap, they said, do not contact each other. Do not come together. Keep them fucking separate. And then all of a sudden, this motherfucker's sitting in his house.
They are separate because Leia's not there.
Yes.
Yeah. You're telling me somebody kidnaps your daughter. You're not going to Obi-Wan because Yoda said don't talk to each other. Meanwhile,
Also,
your
too,
kid is
he has
gone.
to go to Obi-Wan. They don't have a choice.
Who are you going to ask? Like, I don't understand why you have
and
to.
now he could have.
No, time
And
out.
what
Also
was
doesn't
the
make-
line that he said to Obi-Wan?
That also doesn't make any sense. He has a whole planet of fucking an army. Like, he's got undercover people.
Now, to
That
just
he
throw
apparently
something
can't
else.
trust because they
He's got the
leaked the-
CIA. He's got every fucking buddy.
Wait,
He's got
hey Marco, I'm
drones.
trying to help you. Marco.
ahead.
At this point in
Ain't got
time,
nothing.
Bale could have gone to Ahsoka for this.
Oh, but he's got nobody.
But maybe Ahsoka was in hiding.
How do you?
I hope by this time, and I don't, timelines. I don't.
No, you're on
timelines,
point.
Whatever.
He's actually on
I
point.
think
He actually has
Ahsoka
been right
was.
Yeah.
Ahsoka was working for him at this time. as far
Ahsoka
as I think.
was about to start going into. She's the Fulcrum.
Yeah, she's Fulcrum.
Did he
He
know who Fulcrum was, or did he just know there was a Fulcrum?
He
brought her in. He
Brought
brought Ahsoka in as Fulcrum, as the
got-
intelligence officer.
Look at this. We're putting him in charge now. Now he's getting. There you go. This is the guy behind the curtain right there. All right, let's go. Next up.
Yeah, so your whole solution is that you don't want an Obi-Wan show, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, apparently.
That's your whole argument.
You apparently Marco just wants this whole show to be Obi-Wan looking at Luke through binoculars on Tatooine.
But
'cause
look, let's move on. But the fact is,
and
what he tells
completely
Obi-Wan,
okay with him stealing
that
the meat.
Leia is just as important as the boy. So there you go. That was the important part. He told Obi-Wan to open his eyes.
Okay. Either way, keep going. So
Yeah,
then he
so-
digs out the two.
He's got his
Out in the
lightsaber.
desert.
His and what's his name? Yeah.
Finds either Walter White's money or his lightsaber. I'm not sure which.
I'm never gonna do it. No, okay, go. By the way, that also breaks canon. But that's
All right. Quick question: what was your rating on the first episode?
What's that?
The first episode. What'd you think?
Well, we're not done yet.
Yeah, let's get through it.
I'm just saying, the first episode. I know we're not done yet.
So she
Well,
said.
let's do it. We're done with the episode.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
So although they track everything with these guys and know everything they're doing, she somehow slipped out and hired Flea and the rest of the dead hot chili net.
Where do they say they're tracking him and know everything they're doing?
Because you read the comic books and it's in canon, but fine. Okay. We're just gonna throw everything out the window now, JJ. Okay, fair enough.
This character's not even in the comics or canon.
Does anybody know if Flea's a huge Star Wars fan or not?
I don't know, but it was really
Oh.
kind of distracting that he was there.
He is.
It was a little bit.
Is he a huge Star Wars fan? If he is, dude, that is awesome. That's
That is
cool.
awesome.
He
Probably
just
a
got
lot of the
dream.
actors that show up like that are.
Yeah.
I'm not a big chili pepper fan, so I really didn't even know that was Flea until you guys told me.
Well, we talked about Han earlier, but supposedly he's a big Star Wars fan.
Yep. Yeah, I was more distracted by his shirt because I thought it was a Tiger Force G.I. Joe figure from the late 90s.
Listen, no, it gets even better. When
I was looking for the other nihilists to show up.
The outfits that people were wearing when Obi-Wan was fighting them, they look like they had freaking shirts on, striped shirts, look like they had jeans on, like they were from the Gap.
Yeah, it's the Blade Runner planet.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that's the end of the episode. Obi-Wan's getting ready to go off planet. Look for Leia.
Yeah, did you also get a little bit of a Lord of the Rings, Return of the King vibe? Like, I thought this episode ended like 5 times during the episode. All right, this is where they're gonna end it. Oh no, not after Jimmy Smits. All right, this is where no.
It was long. It was a 55-minute opening episode.
It. So. Yeah, I enjoyed. Well, I looked at the time.
No, I didn't think it was long. I just thought this was a natural cut, and then they didn't. And then I thought, oh, this is the natural cut, and then no, they didn't. That's all. But I liked it. I did.
Yep. The only thing I didn't like about the ending of this was, like, after all those years of burying your lightsaber in the desert and make sure you don't get caught, you clip it visibly on your hip.
Yeah. And open it
and basically expose it when the person asks you for something every time.
Yeah.
I thought that was what you got, JJ. You got that and whale meat. Like, at this point, he's got to go do stuff. All right.
I didn't even say the whale meat thing. Why do you keep bringing that up to me?
Really? All right.
Well, the only thing. Oh, go ahead.
All right. No, go, Jedi. Go.
Oh well, if we're giving our
now you can give your overall.
Okay. Yes.
Well, we're not ranking it, but I'll just say overall, despite the little minor things throughout the episode that may have cracked canon or whatever.
I don't care about any of that.
I liked it. The only thing they kept showing him take the meat, so I kept wondering, is there gonna be a confrontation between him and the foreman? The foreman.
I focus on the weirdest crap.
What? Yeah, I do. You guys know this about me already. I do focus on the weirdest things, but yeah, I just kept waiting. Like, okay, is somebody gonna call him out? Is he gonna have to like stop himself from
Come on, man.
Maybe he has a side deal with the foreman that we don't know about that allows him to take a slice of whale meat every time.
But beside that, we're just talking about this one. I liked it. I thought it was good, and so did my watching partner, but which is my wife. Although she hated, she has a real love-hate attitude towards Leia. That's it. She thinks she needs a little bit of a discipline.
For me, this was on point as an episode. I really liked it. There were, besides the nitpicky aspects of canon, and yes, I know, but I overlook that stuff.
The guy who fucking goes on the internet and hits people up in IG chats all the time and pisses them off by nitpicking canon. But go ahead, JJ. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, that's your persona. And
Did I?
It's not a fucking big idea. No problem. Go ahead.
The narrative flowed well. It was a much better opening episode. It got us off Tatooine within one episode, which I was thrilled about. I was afraid we were going to have the first 2 on Tatooine. Yeah. So, I'd say like 8 if I had. I don't know if we're ranking it or not, but that's where I put it.
Just for the first one?
Just for the first episode.
That's not bad.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? That's all you got? And saying it's not bad?
Oh no, I'm talking about his rating. It was good. You want me to go now?
Oh, yeah, go.
No, that wasn't my no. I'm saying his 8 was not that bad because I'm about a 7.
Okay.
For the first one. Like I like the 2 of them together, I'd probably put to about an 8 together, but I'll go with a 7 for the first one because like I said, I just was the multiple like cutoff points. It just felt me. I kept thinking about, is it over yet? Which not saying it's a bad thing, but it made me kind of like expecting the end for the last like 5-10 minutes of the show because I'm like, all right, this is the end. Oh no, it's not.
It had some things that doubled up a little bit, like kind of like did Bale really need to call him and then show up?
That's what I mean.
Couldn't it just been Bale showing up there, or like I don't know.
It seemed a little bit redundant. But apart from the little, again, I'm not the nitpicky things. I'm just pointing out things I thought were weird. Like that's a weird operation. Like the foreman's like, wait, everything's fucking square. Why is every end of every goddamn day there's a chunk missing out of your piece, man? Because they kept showing it. The Jedi. I figured they were going to do something with it.
It wasn't like he was secret about it. I get that. It's not like he was secret about it either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we did stuff it in his apron.
He kept doing the same thing. Listen, I have to.
We watched the show. It was about an hour long, and they spent 6 minutes of it showing him cutting meat. And
maybe they didn't care about the meat that much. I mean, think about it. They leave it there at the end of the day, like on the slab or whatever.
Okay, done with me talking. Thank you, Pete. Done with me talking. Bryan, please don't talk about whale meat in your room.
Listen, I think it was good, but so were the first 2 episodes of Boba Fett. So I'm kind of gonna say, I'm not getting my hopes up yet. They were both good.
I disagree with that in a bit. I really didn't like the second episode.
You didn't like the first couple.
I didn't like the second episode at all.
Dom, what do you got on it?
I'm giving it an 8. I actually, to see Obi Wan come back and and go back to being Obi Wan, how conflicted he is as a character, like hiding out and trying to find a place in the world after Order 66 and being hunted. Overall, with the pretty bad acting or the whale meat or whatever you want to talk about, I enjoyed it. I give it an 8.
Yeah. So I think if you're going to do, like, out of all the stuff that we've gotten lately has come out, including Bad Batch, Foreman was weak-minded. Yeah. All right.
You see no whale meat.
I think that this is the way, like, this is actually a great way. This is probably one of the best things we've seen in the last little bit, and probably in the Disney Plus era start. Even though Bryan had said, like, yeah, and I did too, I like the beginning of Book of Fett, but like this is way better. I know that there's the CGI issues with the sand turning fucking green and that bullshit. I know that there's a little bit of here and there for us canon folk where it's like, okay, that doesn't make exact sense. But how Leia as a kid, that's exactly how I expect. She's the one that came up and said, "You're a little short for a stormtrooper."
Yeah. I expect her to be a precocious brat,
smart ass little kid. Like that's what she is. And every wife that hates that is because they raise a kid and they were a smart ass little kid. You know what I mean?
That's why
smart women hate others for some reason. Hate little kids that are smart, and they hate it, but they grow up to be beautiful and smart women just like their moms do. Okay, and Leia is, I mean, she could be in the Marco household. Like she really could. She'd fit right in here with us. And I loved it. And the talk with Bale, I've done that conversation multiple times. I enjoyed that. I thought all that fit. I loved it so much. I didn't have the pause break problems. I didn't give a shit about the whale meat either. Fucking minor bullshit. I do know that they added that little Easter egg of, instead of doing the parts, they made it so that it would kind of tee up with canon, where he gave him the toy, and that toy is, you see it in Luke's bedroom in New Hope. So that kind of was just tweaking me a little bit, but I get that's because I'm so specific to canon. With that being said, I mean, you're still 8.5, I don't think you could, for a starting of an episode, I don't think you could have got much better, right? You got him off fucking Tatooine. You got conflict right off the bat. It made fucking kind of sense, excluding the fact that they contact each other. But besides that, it made kind of sense. And the Leia character that they introduced, I think that's the best they've done, reintroducing a beloved. I mean, out of all the original 3, Han, Leia, and we won't say Chewie, but Han, Leia, and Luke, whenever they've done another rendition, has it ever been as good as they did with Leia in this first episode?
No. And I actually think it's really
Luke,
cool
yeah.
they're using Leia's perspective instead of Luke, and it's a different outlook.
You thought when they redid Luke in the last 3 movies that was as good as Leia?
Oh, I thought you were talking about a young, like a bringing back Luke for the first time. No, you're right. You're right. I'm thinking of. I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking of when he came back in Mando. But you're right. And I don't. Hey, listen, man. When it comes to 7, 8, 9, I don't even think about those movies. Those movies are out of my mind, dude. I don't even fucking think about them.
You've been eliminated from your memory.
Yeah, just like Game of Thrones, dude.
Yeah,
gone.
So I mean that's where I'm at. I was really happy with this. I actually like this probably better out of the 2, but we'll talk about the second one, then we'll figure that out too.
I want to make clear for a point before we move on to the second episode. After all that nitpicking, Marco still rated it higher than anyone else.
Yeah, I didn't know we were right here.
But that was my problem.
Oh, you can rank it. I didn't know if we were either. I just threw it out there.
I mean, if they didn't do canon breaks in this, it probably would have been a 10. Yeah, 100%. How much?
Really?
Oh yeah, I fucking love this. This was fucking.
No. I'm saying, but I get it. I'm just saying.
It's like really, that's what brought it down for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That and the overacting. That's
what I'm gonna. That's my point. Was the overacting, like a little bit of the.
I mean, honestly, it probably would have been.
Like I said, there To me, there were little like narratively redundant things, but that was pretty minor.
No, but I can see Pete sitting there going, he keeps taking that meat. God damn it!
No, it's not that. They kept showing me him taking the meat, and then they didn't do anything with it.
Go.
I know.
Next.
We got 20 minutes left. All right.
So Obi-Wan
right,
arrives
so he
in
got
Blade
through
Runner
the
2049.
TSA.
Yay! Good picture. There we go.
That's cool.
Space pieces are cool. Okay.
This is really cool.
What?
Oh, this thing of the clone is cool.
What are you talking about? Space?
Go back.
Oh, he's talking about the two characters in the middle.
Right there.
Space worms.
I don't think that's their official name. I could be wrong about that.
They are.
All right. Next up, go to the clone. This is cool.
I don't know about you. My dick don't look like that. Anyway,
this was
moving
cool.
on.
Yeah.
So we have a.
This was the clone helmet Legion that was with Anakin, and he's sitting there as a homeless guy.
Did we think he recognized him or just no?
No,
I think he just thought, oh, it's a clone.
It's a clone, yeah.
Yeah, but how didn't the clone recognize?
That's what I mean. I'm saying, did the clone recognize Obi-Wan?
And he would have had to have the chip removed already.
He probably had the chip removed, or he, and plus, I don't know. He just didn't realize.
Yeah, I don't think the clone
was that the I can't think of his name now for some reason.
It was him.
It's Tamir Morrison.
Yep, it's Tamir Morrison.
I mean, I figured as much as they're paying him, they might as well fucking throw him in everything. So
yeah,
he's a clone.
I thought it was, but I wasn't 100%.
You know, it was him.
It's him.
But I don't think he recognized Obi. But I mean, I got to figure not every clone spend a lot of time with him. And then, after years and he's homeless, like he's just not going to make that connection.
Dwayne's got a good point. It would have been awkward if he had said, "Thanks, General."
Yeah. No, but there was something about clone. There's something about 66 where they knew all of them. They somehow they've never explained it really.
Yeah, it was kind of like it's supposed to be like a download almost into their brain. But
all right, whatever.
There's Obi-Wan's daughter in real life.
Yep. Ian McGregor's real daughter trying to sell him some spice on the street.
Okay, well,
which I thought that was an interesting exchange of when he's looking for information, she's kind of like, if you're looking for somebody here, they're already lost. So
yeah, I like this kid.
Yeah, I was somebody's daughter too once.
I thought these
are all great lines. They were great.
That was good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
This kid was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this kid was good.
She comes up to him and says, "Hey, there's a fake." Well, it doesn't say fake, but there's a Jedi that can help you out.
Yeah, I got a Jedi for you.
I got a Jedi friend of yours. And turns out it's
Silicon Valley. It's
Stuber. Yeah. Kamel or whatever.
Did you guys think that he was selling the Force sensitive kids at the beginning?
No.
He was just lying.
He says later that he actually did help him escape.
No, I know he did that later. I thought in the beginning he was selling them because of the conversation with the guy.
No.
Yeah, because he says that the kid had powers and this and that.
He was just conning. It's like
I think it was
Star Wars too. Remember
my guess is the kid probably didn't have powers.
No, he didn't have powers.
Yeah.
Remember the kid from remember Luke from the comic book? The actor who played Luke and Vader killed him in the comic. He had people imitating. He's imitating a Jedi. He don't know anything. He just
that's not what I'm saying. I was thinking because I thought because of the mom that the kid actually might have had some powers, and he, because of the conversation, was setting up the kid to be sold again. So he's making money off the front end, then making money off the back end.
Yeah. No, I didn't read that. I didn't take that out of it. I think he was just getting people off.
I did a lot of dirty shit and whatever. Okay,
he was conning people, getting money.
Yeah, well, if you con somebody and then you sell them to the imps,
look at his shirt. He's got a Gap shirt on this dude.
What's it?
He's got a Gap it with a Dewa or whatever.
And then he looks like does it look like Breaking Bad when he
it was coming out of the meth lab that they had cooking in the back.
Skinny Pete and
by the way, you guys know it's probably not the last time we saw that.
Listen, all kidding aside, didn't this scene remind you like the place he's on, right? Mind you of Malachor, Malapor from Falcon Winter Soldier.
No, it reminded me of Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner.
Madripoor?
Madripoor. If you think about it, the Madripoor type thing with all the bounties going out.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. All of the criminal element kind of running the town, and it did have like a Shanghai kind of vibe, Hong Kong kind of look to it.
But yeah, what did you guys think of the? What did you guys think of the like the hallway type fight scenes? No lightsaber.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm glad. Obi-Wan doesn't show his fighting. He don't use his fist a lot, which is kind of cool.
I mean, it was no Daredevil hallway fight.
Oh no, exactly. But it was pretty cool. The whole the whole scene. But it just see how it bothers Pete with the whale meat, the T-shirts and jeans that these guys have. It's like, wait a minute, you're in Star Wars. So, and how come Disney does not use aliens that much? That many aliens. Usually aliens should be all over the place. Mostly human type, All right, you had Zebrak, but then you have Flea, who's not an alien. She's human.
Because then you got to do the whole makeup thing. It's just easier.
Yeah, I know.
So Reva shows up looking for Obi-Wan. Well, she knows he's there because she set the trap for him, but we'll get to that in a minute. So Obi-Wan does find the actual Leia.
Yeah.
And we had the whole
escape. I thought that was interesting that she tries to run away, and the first thing she runs into is this giant creature and just scares her out to death.
From Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, down at Fraggle Rock.
Okay. Yeah.
The Grand Inquisitor follows. I don't. Did anybody catch? Did he follow her there?
I think so.
They told her. Wasn't it? They told her that they told.
Well, because he knew that kidnapping though is the thing.
Yeah, but that was
because he knew her whole plot by the time he showed up.
No, they told him. They said, "Hey, by the way, she had hired some." At the thing, they said, "Hey, she had hired some." The Han guy had told her that she had hired somebody, and this is what she's doing. And blah 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 blah. They had said it earlier on. You missed that part.
Okay.
So he went.
I thought it was funny. He's like, "Well, I'm going to take the credit. I'm going to go get him."
I'm taking command. It's like when the FBI shows up to the police negotiations.
Agent Johnson, no relation.
Then she double crosses him and sends out a bounty on Obi-Wan.
Yep.
This is where I thought that was John Wick vibes.
Yeah. I thought that was really good how that played out, as far as like everybody kind of getting a notification, like Marco or like Pete said, like John Wick or something.
Yeah. It's open season on Obi-Wan.
It was interesting. It was interesting too. This I thought was good, where she kind of came to the conclusion, maybe not for a 10-year-old leaping to that conclusion, that he's the reason that she got kidnapped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. This I didn't like.
Nope. This is stupid.
The weird, like Batman rooftop.
Yeah, the rooftop shit, because a lot of it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the physics of it. Like she did a backflip, like to get, like it
to go nowhere. Like you could have just like
made no sense.
Yeah.
It's also where we got the dinosaur.
And you got the fake forearm that
there you go.
It wasn't forearm
not
speculation.
Forearm.
Ooh, I'm disappointed.
So we know it's not Forlom?
No.
You got killed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
no. According to
that shot his head off, and he's still Forlom.
According to what the director said, it's not Forlom.
Yeah, I remember.
He gave that away in an interview.
You could still be him, but probably not.
And she's getting ready to leap off the roof like Nightwing here.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not gonna make it, kid.
Which seems like a bad idea, and he's trying to tell her no, but the dumb dinosaur gets in the way.
Well, the dinosaur is actually a creature, the actual species.
Yeah,
I can't think of the species or what it is.
Okay,
it's Vernestra from Doctor Who is what it was.
Another problem
I think Sticks will probably.
I think actually I thought this fit to me, but
yep.
And he can't use the Force.
Well. Okay, you go ahead with your excuse, and I'll use my excuse.
2 years ago, he used the Force to give Black K a cut above his eye.
My wife made a funny comment. It's like the problem.
They don't read the comics.
He didn't do the two fingers like he
Black
did back in the Clone Wars.
Black K is in the fucking universe. He has a cut above his eye. They made it predominant.
Well, wait a minute. Is this before?
Actually, that wasn't that bad.
Huh?
Is this before?
Yeah, we don't know where
Black K.
No. Hold on. This is after. This is like a year to 2 years after Black K. He is in this universe. He has a cut above his eye.
Wait, how do you know it's a year or 2 years after?
Because the comic book tells you it's an 8.
We already know they play with the fucking with canon a little bit. They're a little loosey goosey, so don't hold that as
the comic book said it was 8 years after.
Yeah, of the thing. So this is 10. They changed around the shit a little bit, but this is still 10. That's what happened. Even if it was 3 years at worst, so it's 7, he still gets the cut above his eye. So how did he lose his powers? He knew how to use it. He didn't use his powers for 7 years. All of a sudden could throw rocks and cut.
Well, that's what we're saying. We don't know for certain the Black K thing happened yet, because you're going off the comic book, which they can retcon for the show and make it 11 years.
Yeah, this is the first time Star Wars retcons things. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Are you saying? Well, once again, I have a problem with that. Like, if you just have it, like he's supposed to have how does he lose his power? Once again, is also what I'm asking. And he apparently has it at other times. He does have it throughout. Like, it doesn't matter when you say it. He has. At one point, I'm
not saying he loses it entirely, but as it's explained in other canon,
cutting himself off from the Force.
Exactly, as it's explained in other canon things, when you cut yourself off from the Force, it's like a muscle, and it gets weakened after a while. And in order to use something like to, keep a child from falling to her death.
It's like working out. You stop working out.
It's not like he collapsed after he did this. It just strained him a little bit.
Here's the dinosaur species.
We throw canon out the window for the part that he was supposed to have used the Force like within the last 2 years. That doesn't count. But
that's continuity.
But it's a muscle refractor too. Now that
I'm just saying.
That's how it's explained in canon. Yes.
In canon, it's also explained that he used the Force to cut Black K's eye, and we saw Black K in this universe. So
he dropped a rock on him, right?
Hey, Marco, here's the dinosaur species.
What?
I don't know.
Still a dinosaur. All right. Either way, go ahead.
Dinosaur.
Jurassic Park's next week, Dom.
I really had a problem. I thought it was stupid.
I can't wait.
Batman.
I still don't know what Kumail's plan was here.
Yeah, I have thought the person that was gonna that shot him, that was gonna rescue him, was gonna be that clone.
I think he was going to con Obi-Wan, but then he's seen Obi-Wan's real.
I think to me, this scene kind of exists to set up the rest of the series, because there's you actually have people that'll help you, and take this ship, go to this planet, and it kind of came out of nowhere.
Run into each other again. Yes, I mean he's coming back.
Yeah,
I think he's coming back.
He says. I think he's coming back in later ones. Yeah, and he says this to make amends, and maybe he's being truthful. I don't know, or maybe he's setting him up. I don't know.
The other part was that we saw in the previews that clone that he gives money to, we assume, is the clone that ends up getting the hammer and going to town. So it looked pretty similar to the armor they using.
Yep. So I thought this was a good scene where he talks about how she reminds him of Padme. So I was half expecting him to say Anakin, and I thought it was good. They threw the left curveball and went with Padme.
You didn't get the Sadine part where the two, like it's. I know it was Padme.
No, I think he reminds him of her mother.
Okay. No, she's a strong warrior. She's a strong.
Yeah, I get it, Dom, but I think he was talking about Padme.
I know.
Well, they could change canon around, so it could be of whoever you want.
Yeah, I'm not a big.
Did you do this all night?
No, but I mean, come on. That's all you do is say, "Oh, they could change it." They didn't actually change it. They didn't actually change it in Bad Batch. It was a different point of view. Is what I'm saying. I mean, that's incorrect grammatically. So, go ahead, keep going.
Reva walking around a warehouse. I know you're here.
Kenobi.
I didn't like this either. I didn't think it was just. I thought it was bad.
Yeah, this is kind of
right.
Not great. Yeah, it was not good.
Everything about it
was cheesy.
And then and then even with the hey, I'm gonna get him but you're letting him go like that.
Well, yeah, too. It's the second episode. We know she's not going to get him.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know how to fix the part where they let him go on the ship or whatever. But it did seem at this point, because of how that was happening in the first episode, you had her put the blade to the Jedi's arm, and then he let that Jedi go. The Grand Inquisitor is just letting every Jedi go.
No, because they want to get to Kenobi. They know Kenobi. That's the thing. It was all trying to get to Kenobi.
Well, yeah. In this section,
the Inquisitor's plan. That's her plan.
Yeah,
her plan. But I think the Inquisitors were on it too. Kind of. She knew more, but I don't know.
I think so. Did anybody else? This was the reveal that, and this was, I think, the thing that Marco I thought would have had the biggest problem with in this thing was the reveal that him finding out about Anakin.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah.
And he found out, and then his force. That's when the force came back on, and that's how Vader opened his eyes. He felt Obi-Wan. That was the ending.
Yes, it was. But yeah,
but it wasn't. We still got a few more slides.
Yeah, I was about to say we're not quite there yet. But...
no. No, because you saw that one scene right there. That's the scene where he was saying that he opens his eyes.
So the Grand Inquisitor intervenes and gets stabbed in one of his two stomachs.
Yes.
I think I posted it in our.
And he gets thinner in his head.
Yeah,
right?
That was the best comment I think.
Holy shit!
But yeah, so I don't know. We can debate this probably all night.
What was sad was I was using that as a punchline. Like, hey, I'm going to use this in the show. It comes up that like maybe when they redo them, there's a way to get the graphic. And I was dead nuts serious about that. I was like,
well, look,
tell that joke.
I still think that he has some kind of reincarnating. He can reincarnate himself. He has that power. That's what I believe.
Why does he have to reincarnate himself?
I don't even think he's dead.
He's dead.
He's not dead. No, he's not dead. I'm just saying he just has a power that he can probably heal himself.
Oh.
But why do you have to go to that?
Why
We
not?
don't know he's dead. He could just be fixed and healed.
Yeah. They put new parts in all these Inquisitors at all times for number one.
Yeah.
For number two, that's not what the parts you're talking about in comics. That is also not how that worked. That's not how that worked. It was like a binding thing. Think of it as a binding spell.
Well,
that's pretty much what it was.
Think of it like this. What's sticking out of front and back? That's not blood. That's sparks. He got stabbed through mechanical parts, which can be replaced.
Yeah, but it could be other things. We'll see. I'm just saying.
And also, too,
he's not dead.
I did watch it with the audio description and everything on. The audio description describes it as he collapses.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that definitively says anything, but it definitely doesn't say he's dead or falls dead or whatever. Yeah. It just says he collapses.
Yeah. Dom, he wasn't revived. Vader had. Okay.
Yeah, we know he's not dead. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
That's exactly.
Ryan the Gray says Jason Isaacs will show up as the new Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, no. So that for people that don't know what me and JJ are talking about, so I was gonna say, like people had stretch out the head to make the guy look better. Somebody had, or the comment we were gonna make was like, well, yeah, they killed him off so that when they bring him back, he could look, add more CGI to him. Well, then somebody actually put down a comment saying, well, yes, this is 100% true. They're killing him off so that they can replace him with a different Grand Inquisitor that is skinnier, taller,
and thinner. Yeah,
like they're not killing him off. It's the same guys coming back. Okay,
same character. And here's the moment where after he's learned that he's Anakin, he's deep in thought about how that could have happened. I thought I killed him, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
I chopped his arms and legs off and left him on
left him for dead on a lava planet.
Burn.
Yep.
Once again, though, like as good as the pacing was in the first episode, it seemed towards the end of this, or even like in parts of it, the pacing was off. I think. It slowed down. It didn't make sense. The Grand Inquisitor even coming and stopping her again, and then letting him get away, and then somehow she's yelling, "You're not going to get away!" Like
the pacing really seemed to get off to me in this episode, where with the part where he gets rescued by, is it Naja? Was that his name? The fake Jedi.
Oh, Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, there's just like this exposition bomb of like, hey, you have friends on this planet, take this ship that's automatic and go there and do this and do that. And you're like, where did all that come from?
That was really weird considering how good the first episode was.
The second one was pretty good too. I enjoyed it.
What?
Another Inquisitor?
You think there's another Grand Inquisitor?
I don't know.
With a skinnier head?
Well,
I wouldn't think so. I think it's the same.
Do you see? Okay,
I would like to see other Inquisitors though.
He had like a pin, like a pendant on his uniform, and when he comes back, doesn't have that pen. You got probably demoted.
He's for getting stabbed to the stomach. Could
I
be.
don't know, losing.
Or in Rebels, he's the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels. That happens after this.
So I think what this question at the end of this setup when he stabbed him, I think the intention was to set up, is she working directly for Vader at that point? Because she apparently knows the secret, which not a lot of people knew. Vader killed an awful lot of people to keep that secret. And apparently she knows. And the other question was, did the Grand Inquisitor know? Because he showed up and cut her off immediately when she said he's Anakin Skywalker. And that's when he said
that has more to do with it.
He cut her off right then.
Yeah.
So the question is, does he know too?
Well, I think they do, but I think with the background of like how they were, because in my opinion, he already has mechanical parts, and that's why, just like I think you too, JJ, that's why he had, and the majority, Brian's nodding, that he has mechanical parts already. So they've already gone through some of the torture treatment where they cut him off, obviously, because that's how he turns into the Grand Inquisitor. Therefore, they know, but that's part of the secret, because remember, at one point, he's training him to pretty much be his Darth Mauls, right? Like that's what they are going to be. So they know it, but they're also supposed to keep everybody quiet. And remember when the brother and sister go and they try to do their only thing, and he hears about it and he fucking just murks them. Darth Vader does. So like that fits. That's actually the most fitting thing that the Inquisitors have here compared to how they were acting the whole rest of the way. So that one scene where he's like cutting her off from saying that is straight on par and straight hot. And I think they should have done more of that shit. And he should have been a little bit more rude.
Which also begs the question, do the rest of the Inquisitors know a secret? But probably not. It doesn't seem that way.
I'd agree that some of them probably might.
Yeah.
Because they did gossip a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah. And you had a lot of them as interesting too when Obi Wan describes the Inquisitors. He doesn't say, he says they're, did he say most of them or did he say all of them are former Jedi?
Most. He said most.
Maybe he said most. So
which will be interesting too. What if they bring in like there was an impression that I got that there was just Force, because they said the thing about
Force sensitive Inquisitors.
Force sensitive Inquisitors, like somebody who was like, hey, look, you can either come here.
Now, do we know the name of the girl? Like, I don't remember if we got the name of the one with the tentacles on her head.
No, I don't think they actually named.
Somebody said fifth sister earlier, so it's like,
that's the fifth sister.
Is it? So then we're definitely have 10 brothers and 10 sisters. You know
the whole
what I'm saying?
fact is,
but I think you can replace the ranks too.
Yeah, the question is who's been replaced and where in the timeline it falls.
Well, we're gonna see. Is the ninth sister dead?
Ninth. No.
What's all this talk about?
The one that was in Fallen Order, and she was in the comic.
I don't know. No, she's not dead at this point. I don't think.
So where is she hiding?
I don't know.
There's several of them, Bob. I don't know the answer to that question.
They're all not.
Every one of them.
Yeah, they're all doing all different stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
What's all the talk about that? I thought I saw Topher put out something. Did you see that? Talking about that the Inquisitor that's the fake.
Oh, are you talking about from the Kevin Scott thing?
Yeah.
Graph inside the thing. We covered that a couple weeks ago.
Oh, the fourth sister thing?
Yeah, the fourth sister. It's so at one point Graph.
From Tales of the Vader's Castle.
Vader's Castle.
He put something out about that.
Yeah.
Well, we said
was it Topher? I thought it was Topher that put something out about that.
Graph was the one that was in there. So like about a month ago we talked about it. You know why it is, Brian?
Longer than that.
That book went on clearance at the back issues along
So what it is you never actually see the fourth sister.
Yeah, ever.
To clear it up is in I think it's number 4 of the first Vader Castle series. Is that right?
Well, technically, 3 shows up in the back in the one shot, and then she's in 4.
Yeah, a character basically has that armor on in disguise. So
the Graf family, a lot of the Graf families, the like choose your own adventure, they're also now in the High Republic. They're one of the competing families for the space lanes. It's them and the Santikas. Laura Graf, which is in that family, at one point is trying to save some of the people who used to work for her family. She dresses up to go in because they're being tortured in Vader's castle by the Acolyte. She dresses up in that costume. He's like, oh, it's the fifth sister. He fools her, and then shenanigans occur.
Not to be confused with the Acolyte show.
But to be honest, Vader's castle is roughly...
Well, I mean, there's Inquisitors in the comics where you don't even know their rank, their number. Well, Vader hunts them down and kills them. But, I mean, they were Inquisitors before that.
Yeah, so like when that was like our whole point with that was like, even if you... I think when we first covered it, we said even if you see it, it's not technically, that's not an Inquisitor.
And the longstanding theory is that, or one of, I should say, the longstanding theories is that there's, like Pete said earlier, there's 10 of each.
Yeah.
10 brothers, 10 sisters.
Yeah.
So,
and
there's all sorts of different theories about who ranks where in the Inquisitor thing, and they've never said definitively, like given a list or anything.
Well, we're 3 hours in. We doing poker?
We gotta do it now because if you do it next week, you'll be even a further week behind.
Trainer has a lot of latitude to shape the character beyond concept. I agree. Late night. I agree with this comment. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think so. And the direction and the writing, but yeah.
Anyway, what was it? The one drinks the water. The one's really tall. The one could blow wind. 2, 3. I don't remember what the other two.
What are you talking about?
The five Chinese brothers.
Oh, what are you talking about?
5 Chinese brothers. Okay.
Nope.
All right.
You're doing a Harry Potter thing there for a second. Good World Brothers.
Casting a spell.
All right, let's play. We've got a
Are we gonna do this? We didn't think this out very much.
Yeah, I have no idea if anybody even has a bet.
I have no clue how this is gonna work actually.
Well, hey, real quick, I got something. I can waste a little time on if you want.
Go ahead.
Do you guys want to do your poker thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. What do you got, Bryan?
All right, so check this shit out. So I talked about it before. I've been to 2 celebrations. I wish I would have been able to go to celebration 3, but unfortunately that didn't fucking happen. And I don't know if everybody knows like the stories of celebration. I know you guys know it, but a lot of people maybe in the viewers don't know that the first celebration was in Denver, right? And then the second and third were in Indianapolis, and then the fourth was in Anaheim, and then they were all over the place after that, right? Didn't they do
Orlando? They did one across
Chicago or something like that.
Yeah, 2019.
Last one in 19.
Yeah.
Or that was
so.
They did. Yeah, this is Anaheim 2 this year. Yep.
So if you remember Celebration 3, so I was really big into collecting the figures back then, big time.
Mm-hmm.
And Celebration 3 put out that badass Darth Vader figure where you press the button and it would talk for Revenge of the Sith figures, the line went crazy. No. Huh? I can't remember. I can go grab it. I don't remember which one it was. No. Yeah. But it was crazy, man. Even on the secondary market back then, it was nuts. Let me change this. So, but anyways, I went to Celebration 4 in Anaheim, and it was fucking badass, man. It was one of the coolest events I ever went to. I'm already a Star Wars nerd, you know what I mean? And on top of it, like to see all the stuff that you normally don't think about there, all the art projects. The coolest thing was seeing all the new figures and shit. But I shared my screen real quick there, Pete.
Oh, yeah. We got that new system.
But this was the poster for that celebration, and it was John Alvin that did it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It was one of probably the cooler things I remember at the con, seeing how beautiful that was. And I went there with my best friend Keith, you guys know from the podcast, and basically the whole con was going around and just to basically get that poster right there signed. And so this is the poster. It's been signed by every single person that was involved in any of the movies that were at that celebration. So it's pretty dope. It's really cool. But the funny thing about this is when we were going around getting this signed, so was that guy that has those under Golden Auctions. He has these for sale right now. They're posters of episode 4 and episode 5, and they're signed by everybody that was involved in the movie. I mean, it's nothing but signatures. It looks beautiful. And that's kind of basically, we weren't going to do this at first, but we saw that guy going around and getting posters signed, and it looked so cool. My buddy's like, all right, I'm going to do it. So he even got like the poster artist signed. But the coolest thing to me about Celebration is going and seeing all the cool art that's available there, and all the artists, especially like Star Wars artists like Dave Dorman. And this is one of the coolest things. Yeah, this was like a
collection.
Yeah, this is was a Celebration exclusive, and he actually did a little sketch of the rebel troops that are on the other side. And signed it. I think it's limited to like 50 or something like that, but it is absolutely gorgeous. My favorite Star Wars character behind Darth Vader is the Royal Guard, so this was like a no-brainer. Another really cool thing is they had at this celebration, they had McQuarrie, the art of McQuarrie, because those McQuarrie figures were going crazy. And I picked up some pieces there. I picked up this signed Ralph McQuarrie piece, and I love this design of Vader, this original design. I was really geeked out about this stuff. We also got this one. This is the 3PO and
cool.
R2 signed pieces. And back then it was unbelievable how cheap these were. I think I paid like
cheaper.
Yeah, dude, I paid like $40 for these. It was bonkers.
Even in 19, the stuff was pretty inexpensive, but I have a feeling.
Yeah. It was, dude. I got here's my. I've talked about this before. Here, this is where I got my Padme Adam Hughes sketch. Paid like $250 for it, I think. You know what I mean? Wow. Everything was so cheap at this place. One of the coolest pieces that I got was this, and I don't know if a lot of people know about this. Let me find this. It's absolutely beautiful. Barra Sophie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's in the Pieta pose, and she's giving life back to the stormtrooper, which I always thought that was cool about Barra Sophie, is because she could do that. But it's just cool to have this in the pose of the Pieta. So I got this, and I went and had it signed by the actress that played Barra Sophie and the guy who did it, Dave Seeley. Big, beautiful. Just gorgeous autographs on it. But I also grabbed a couple. He had a couple that weren't autographed, and I grabbed those too. I just thought that was such a cool piece for that time.
You get stabbed in the stomach and
yeah, you get stabbed in the stomach and live. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. But another cool thing were all the exclusives. They had this, and this is the one exclusive that I did not get, and I was so bummed out about it. It went so fast. But it's the Royal Guards with Vader. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I want this. I still want this. I might.
The Lego ones always disappear in a flash.
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah. And even back then, a lot of people. It wasn't like it is now, where people were running to get stuff. You know what I mean?
No.
You could still get stuff back then. It was a lot of people, but they weren't like crazy like they are now. But some of the ones that I did get, let me show you guys this. Was one of my favorite all-time pieces. I forget who made it, but it's plastic, but it lights up and it's big. It's about 6 inches. It was, as a matter of fact, it was Sideshow. Yeah, Sideshow did this, and it's badass. Really, really cool. I love my favorite figures to collect when I was collecting the figures were Jedis and holographic figures. You know what I mean? Any of the holograms. If you remember back in the day when episode 2 figures first came out, and they had that short print last little series of figures that came out, and it had that holographic emperor that was worth so much at the time. It was crazy how much that was worth. So I love those holograph figures, but this was really cool. I still got this displayed downstairs, and whenever I turn on the lights for the display that it's in, it lights up. But there was other lights up this was cool too. This was a Yoda figure that lights up also. You guys can see this. Hold on here. There we go. It was the Spirit of the Force Yoda, and it lights up also. It's pretty badass. So I got these, but the cool ones at the time, they were first showing off. One of the cool things that I liked is how they showed off all the upcoming figures and stuff. But they also had the Luke Skywalker, McQuarrie, and then they had the R2, D2, and C-3PO McQuarries, and I bought probably 10 of each. No, and it wasn't a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, I still have them. Unfortunately, some of them, the little sticker where it says Celebration 4, it falls off and it sucks. But back then, like I said, it wasn't too crazy. But here's the Yoda when it lights up. You guys can see how badass it is. It's really sick. So, but the coolest thing that I remember getting were these. These were those Gentle Giant, Boba Fett.
There's three different versions.
Exactly, and I got all 3 of them. The black and white was the limited one, but they did this one also. It was really cool. This is my favorite. It was the animated version.
I like that one.
Yeah,
that's the best one.
And this is, if you remember at the time, Gentle Giant was doing these manga-inspired ones, and they did the Padme with the snow gear. on. I think it was, and they also did a badass Princess Leia one, and those were such a big deal at the time. And
one of them was like a Bruce Timm, right?
I felt like they did do a Bruce Timm version of the Padme in the Snow, I think, right? But they also did
something like that.
Yeah. But the animated maquettes, they were first starting to do them at the time, and the Padme one and the Leia one were the coolest ones for me. But then they came out with this Boba Fett. It's gorgeous, absolutely amazing. So,
I like that.
Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun. And for anybody that hasn't gone, I would suggest trying to get there. I was hoping to get there this year, but it didn't work.
I love that animation style.
Yeah, dude, it's super, super cool. So yeah, a lot of fun.
We should have got you on the Nerd Herd celebration show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
talked
about
going
people
went to celebration. I was like, I can't go on. I was like, I've never been to celebration, so I can't go on.
Speaking of them, I got
to
shout out Rogue Slaw. He hooked me up. He picked up a couple things I needed. Some of my stuff
he did?
I was trying to get there.
Nice.
Yeah, so
cool.
we'll show that off and talk about it later. Also, too, we are gonna do poker, but listen, go to Renovision, go to the IG. You'll see our bets, and then next week we will have the chat help place bets for the poker. We're doing a poker Obi Wan series.
It'll make sense.
It'll make sense. Don't worry about it. We'll get it all out there to you. We just so we'll do that. So we are trying to include you guys into it. It was just hard to try to figure out how to include the chat.
Yeah,
you know how that stuff goes.
Yeah, we haven't even fine tuned the details exactly. I mean, I came up with an idea, but I don't know if everybody was on board with my idea. So
Two Ferns has a giveaway, correct?
Oh yeah. So for Between Two Forces, Joe's Doolin gave us a nice pile of Star Wars books. He just gave it to me, said, give these books away. So much like Astro Wizard gave me that sketch to give it away, Joe gave me a bunch of books to give away to you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of them and we're going to give them away to whoever comments on the Between Two Forces. Give them a topic. Give those guys a topic to discuss, and they will cover it. And whatever one they pick, that's who we're going to send a couple of books to.
There's no teams, Darth Ruben. There's no teams.
Teams.
No teams. Totally solo this time.
I'm on team down.
Go to casino and say I'm playing in teams. Like that shit don't work.
No, we're not doing it. It's not teams like we were doing for what do we do for Boba Fett?
Fantasy.
Yeah. We're not doing it for the fantasy. This is something different. Something different.
We got all that. TAC will be ridiculous because it's just me and Corbin and his speed dating round this week. So we'll figure out what we're going to do over there. Make sure you're checking out all the shows. Make sure you're checking out Bryan there on he just had to do change name to
is it still under the amazing for now?
Still looking? It's still under the amazing for now. We're not going to change it up until we get the logo and everything going. But yeah, Beyond Wednesdays is going to be the new name, and there will also be a Facebook group that will be along with that too, and a bunch of other stuff that's going to be coming.
Yeah, we got to use our Facebook a little bit more. I put JJ slides on our Facebook for anybody who's interested, but other than that, I got to put more in there.
Very good. We get another. Do we get another episode this week of Obi? Or are they gapping?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Cool.
Wednesday. Actually, sooner.
Wednesday.
Yeah, there's a link to Brian's channel, so you guys go give it a look.
Are they gonna do the 12 o'clock drop again? That'd be nice if they did a 12 o'clock drop. I like that. That's really good.
I don't know. I hope so.
That was good. Well, if you hadn't seen, go back and check out some of the celebration stuff. They're clipping out a bunch of the parts so you can see your best parts or your worst, as they say. And it was good, man. It was another great year. Yeah, if you guys haven't been, like Bryan said, it's amazing. Enjoy it. It has been changing over the last couple of years. And
he's got to get closer. I can't be playing flights, and like if I could drive it, I'll go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it definitely looked a lot different than what it looked like.
I might consider London this year or next year coming up. I got to see. Hey, I want to get to Celebration.
Should have gone this year because London's going to be expensive.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the other thing.
You take that transatlantic flight.
Well, okay, so here's a quick before we go. Here's a quick one. If it's less than a year away, that means the bid's already in for the 2-year, right? Like that's the only reason they do less than a year away, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm hoping that the following year, 2024, is going to be back in the States, maybe back in Orlando, maybe back closer.
Well, Marco said it's in Texas.
Yeah, I think it's in Texas.
If it's in Texas, you know what? I'll go to Texas. My cousins live in Texas. I'll go out there. It's closer.
That'd be weird, though. I mean,
I'll go stay with Ruben.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ruben.
Burns. Ruben. Sit right there. All right. Well, hey, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Bryan, for stopping by.
Thanks, Bryan, for stopping by.
Brian, thank you, man.
Had a good one. It is over 3 hours. So,
yes, it is. That's why we got to go.
Well, we had a lot to talk about. Next week is going to be fun, too.
it's fun every week.
Yeah.
I know. It's always fun.
All right. All right. We'll see you later.
We'll see you guys later.